has ever achieved that transformation.
All right,
Goku's
what's
hair
up?
needs to be like more wider. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
What's up, everybody?
I'm just
What's
gonna
up,
keep it on this
Valentino
one for
Razzo?
here.
Welcome in, welcome in. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Today is Sunday, so that means it is the podcast day, and today's podcast is Great Nimbus Debates, the DBZ debating podcast. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, welcome in, welcome back, everybody. So, let's see. Let me play some tunes. First, we'll get into the introductions. So, you guys know me as SquallRush, the gaming addict, the anime nerd, the Dragon Ball Z fanatic, all that good stuff. Let's see, announcements. Plug your socials, and shit, I don't have an intro question. What
Who's your favorite
is
character for the new anime? We'll be watching Nerding Out.
Super Saiyan 3 transformation.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite Super Saiyan transformation? I don't know if we've done that one yet. Black Zero thoughts. Let's see. I love the game. Don't like the players, but the game's dope. Let's see. Favorite Super Saiyan transformation for the intro. So I am SquallRush, the gaming addict, anime nerd, and Dragon Ball Z fanatic. Like I said, I got a couple link trees for all my platforms. A link tree / SquallRush, and link tree SquallRush backups, I think is my other one. I checked it the other day for my backup accounts for like YouTube and TikTok. Let's see. Announcements. I do have a couple videos coming out this week on YouTube and Rumble. One is mine and DT Dub's reverse Nuzlocke, so be sure to check those out. And two, the second announcement is I got a Death Note video coming out this week, so be on the lookout for that. Super Saiyan God, yeah, I guess that could count as a Super Saiyan transformation. Let's see. So my favorite Super Saiyan, shoot, I'm gonna have to go with Super Saiyan God for the red hair. Looks cool. My favorite color is red, so I'm going with that. Alright, from my point of view, it's Brockstrap, Hunter, and then 7 Ninja.
Right. Rockstrap55. I'm just a guy that plays Pokemon on YouTube and Rumble sometimes. Super Saiyan 4. I like Broly's, the new Broly from the movie. His green hair just kind of like Kale. I think they call it Berserk now, maybe. But
that is cool.
I like kind of like the beef and just the tankiness of it all. And as far as Sparking Zero, I've only played like 10 minutes, but it felt just like Budokai to me.
I'll plug your socials.
Socials?
Yeah, like where can people find you?
Oh, I thought I mentioned that already. YouTube, Rumble.
Oh, my bad. If you did.
Basically. It's all good. I'll do it again.
Alright, Hunter.
What's up, everybody? My name is Hunter. You can find me on TikTok at Hunter on Tick. I am the most manly man in this podcast. And the most handsome, of course. We all know it. My favorite Super Saiyan transformation, like, a big part of me wants to say Super Saiyan 2. but it's the Super Saiyan Blue evolution for Vegeta. It's real. That was for me. That was the most epic one, and it looks the coolest. Even though it also kind of looks like a shiny Pokemon.
Alright. Did you plug your socials?
I did.
Alright.
Well, they saved the best for last. So, I'm 7Ninja7. You can find me at Game Jolt, MeWe, and Rumble. It should lead you right back to my Rumble channel. Oh, never mind. 7Ninja7. Regardless, my announcements for the podcast. Next Saturday, we're going to be talking about Shangri-La Frontier episode. More than likely, we're talking about episode 1 through 5. But if the rest of the pod has watched more than that, we'll talk about that as well. And we're going to have a guest called Stuff Central. You might have seen him last Nerding Out. He's going to be here for the next Nerding Out as well. Is Cavo going to be joining?
Camo? Who's Camo?
You talk. Kevo.
Oh, I mean, I don't think he responded in the Discord. But I asked if he was Stuff Central's bud.
All right, but outside of all of that, I have done I've recorded the audio, so now I just got to get the video done for it. But Shangri-La Frontier, I've got a review for up to episode 38, so you want to check it out. Check me out there. It should be there soon. Regardless of all that, yeah, my favorite Super Saiyan has got to be Gohan Beast.
Gohan Beast? Okay. I don't know if that's a Super Saiyan or not. It might be.
It's the same stuff. Super Saiyan 2 works the same way. I'm going with it.
I kind of wanted that to be a human thing.
Well, I can see it. The problem is that we don't have a... Gohan's the only
clear
one, right?
definition. Yeah, we're all choosing God forms. Mr. Black Zero's right. I'm gonna choose regular Super Saiyan.
Hey, I said Super Saiyan 2.
Is Berserk technically God form?
No, that's pretty much a Super Saiyan form. That's a cool one.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
guess
why
I'll go with Super Saiyan 4.
Okay.
Super Saiyan Rage more than just.
I didn't even think of that.
Mm.
That's definitely the best one. I changed my
Robbery.
answer. Super Saiyan 4 for sure.
Nah, you're locked in as Super Saiyan 2. Alright. Well, that's everybody. Make sure you all check them out. All their socials and everything. I should have their socials in the YouTube and Rumble chat. But does Baby's Vegeta Super form count? Maybe. Possibly. But let's get into the first segment. Alright, welcome back everybody. So, let's see. What was my topic? I had it. Let's debate about... I have two topics. I'll just go over the first one and I'll save the next one for next one. Was giving Cell the Sensu Bean the right move? 7Ninja, since you went last, you'll go first this time.
Alright, well. Squall, he's a bad father. Let's just start with that one.
No, he's not. He's a good father.
I just did. But is it the right move? I mean, it is under the assumption that Gohan's character did not just change into, well, I'm a true pacifist. He was ready to lock in to go save Piccolo. And so Goku sees this and says, my son's ready to fight, at least, if not to be like me, to descend to Earth. That's who he is. And so, in that kind of thinking, I understand where he's coming from. But the simple fact is that he still shouldn't have given him the Sensu Bean, and more or less he should have beat him himself or had the squad jump him. At the end of the day, this is a world-ending threat. But let's not make him stronger.
All right, go ahead, Hunter.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to completely agree with Ninja. Goku is a bad father. Also, given given Cell the Senzu Bean was a fucking extremely stupid gamble on Goku's part. I don't care what people say about, oh, he knew Gohan could go Super Saiyan 2 and blah blah blah. That's like saying, like, when it's the last bat in a baseball game and you know the batter can hit a home run, so you just go ahead and bet every goddamn thing on that fucking batter. Like, no, dude. Just because he can doesn't mean he will, right? And that was such a maybe. Goku never saw Gohan go Super Saiyan 2. Goku did not know for a fact that he could beat Cell. That shit had never been done before. I don't give, like, I usually love to give Goku and Vegeta their flowers on being prodigies and knowing shit that other fighters don't know. But the fact of the matter is, Goku did not know that. That was an extremely stupid thing for him to do because he's an extremely stupid guy and he's a terrible father.
Goku.
All right, go ahead, Brock. What do you think?
Goku.
Loku.
Yeah, it was. I mean, obviously, it worked out in the end. So I'm not gonna say it wasn't the right move. Not something I would personally do to make anything more difficult for my children. But you know, I kind of like how Dende mentioned on the Team 4-Star, the abridged, how he's tired of them actually like just hinging the world's fate on death matches. So I don't know if it was such a big threat. I mean, I don't understand why they all didn't just gang up on him anyway. I'd imagine. I mean, they kind of did right at the end with Vegeta's Big Bang, but I don't know. I wouldn't say it was the correct move, but it all worked out. So I mean, who knows?
All right, so let's see. I'm gonna throw one thing. So he did know, like, it was filler, but he did know Gohan would turn Super Saiyan 2 because he saw it for a glimpse in the hyperbolic time chamber. Also, I wanted to add, first of all, when do you give Goku flowers, Hunter?
Dude, I've never missed an opportunity to say something good about Goku. When there's something good to be said, the dude just doesn't have a lot of redeeming qualities, you super fan, right? He's a terrible dad. And you know what? Fuck it, his fit's ugly too.
Not his fit.
Always talking.
I actually
mess.
rather Goku's fit over Vegeta's. I don't understand the leggings. Like, you're a man, bro. Like, put some pants on. Put some shorts.
Alright,
Kibito
so
referred to the color of Goku's outfit as the color of some animal's dung on another planet. But was that the
makes
thing?
a lot of sense.
Am I remembering that correctly?
I can see it. I
Kibito would
can see it.
know.
Yeah, he would.
Alright, so hear me out. So, in order for Gohan to achieve Super Saiyan 2, do y'all really think he could have did it against a weakened Cell who fought against Goku?
In that state, he wasn't winded or anything. He was just strong. Like, Goku fought him, but he's like, nah, I'm gonna stop. But we don't even really know how strong Goku was at that point, if we're gonna be honest.
First of all, that is what politicians call a good averting a question, Squall. The point of this battle is not for Gohan to go Super Saiyan 2. The point of this battle is for us to kill Cell. Okay? That's priority number one. So, that was...
Well, if Goku could do both at the same time...
Goku couldn't go Super Saiyan 2. Goku was gambling with everyone's lives.
Have Cell go down and also get his son to attain a new strength.
Yeah, I think if anyone was the one to do it, Gohan was the one to do it, and Goku saw that. So, he needed Cell to be at full strength to push Gohan into Super Saiyan 2. and be the one to take him out.
Vegeta could have done that.
Come on, bro.
Vegeta could have done that. I could truly believe Vegeta. If Vegeta and Gohan had went into the hyperbolic time chamber, Vegeta would force Gohan to do it. He would do it. It's guaranteed because he does not like how weak he is.
Nah, he completely disregarded
Vegeta
Trunks
probably
in the
would have done
hyperbolic
a
time
better
chamber.
job.
We're talking about a guy that he doesn't really care much about whatsoever. He cares to some degree about Gohan, enough to get him to be stronger. This guy's got blue
that's why
hair.
he's always
Hair's
bitching
black.
at him.
Like,
Yeah.
who is that?
Squall acts like Vegeta hates Gohan. Like if Vegeta hated Gohan, he wouldn't be bitching at him all the time, bro.
I mean, he
You don't
almost
remember
killed.
that speech he gave Gohan whenever in the Boo saga? And he was bitching at him about being weak, and then he told Gohan that his real dad, Piccolo, he'd be lucky if he gets turned into a garden statue because of Gohan's failure as someone who just stopped training because he's a pacifist and a bitch.
Well, I mean, in the Boo saga, that's when Vegeta became more like an uncle to Gohan. But prior to the Boo saga, he was still kind of tinkering on the edge of like, am I with this squad or not in the Cell saga? So his feelings for Gohan weren't really there until the Boo saga.
Brock, you go first, and then I'll say something. If you got something to say.
Oh well, this is tough for me because I was wondering. They say that Gohan had almost limitless potential, but they were referencing that being only because he's half human and half Saiyan. If Trunks also had the same qualities, right, for that kind of ascension of a Saiyan, and he had to go through the hardships he did, why would future Trunks not be the one actually to go Super Saiyan 2 at the end of it all?
I think it comes down to and this is just my theory on it. Like Gohan and Trunks didn't really have the resources of all the other fighters helping build each other up. Versus this Gohan had Goku here, he had Piccolo and all of them alive, throughout the whole Cell saga. So I think that's probably the reason. But what do the rest of you guys think?
I'm not sure why Trunks couldn't go Super Saiyan 2. Not sure why Gohan couldn't go Super Saiyan 2 in the future Trunks timeline. But bottom line is they couldn't. For some reason the Gohan in our timeline that we see is because Goku's still alive to train with them in the hyperbolic time chamber. I forget, I think it was you, 7 Ninja, who said that. They got all the resources to get stronger. So I don't think that Gohan in the future timeline trained in the hyperbolic time chamber. If he did, he didn't have Goku to train with them. Because in Vegeta and Trunks, when they trained in the hyperbolic time chamber, I think they trained separately. Vegeta wanted to train by himself, so they didn't really get to train together. That's why they were kind of limited. They only made it to Super Saiyan Grade 2 and Grade 3 with the buff forms.
I was thinking, but with Gohan going Super Saiyan 2, because that happened pretty much immediately. He had the training there, but the trigger, it seemed like, was Android 16 eating it. So if it was that sense of loss, then Trunks again had the most loss out of anybody, period. Everybody in his timeline was gone. So I don't know what outside of the resources, I guess, with training and everything, if the sense of the loss is what that trigger was, and Trunks had the ability, seem to meet all the prerequisites.
I think
I actually disagree.
7 Ninja first, and Hunter.
Alright, I think this kind of goes back to early Dragon Ball, and Squall, back me up on this, I think you know what I'm talking about. So Krillin dies, and really, in this time, Goku, he's not like Vegeta or anything. He should be able to go Super Saiyan, but he doesn't. So, but he later on, Krillin dies again to Frieza, and he's at a power level where he could do it. So maybe there's this idea of you have to reach a certain threshold of power to be able to break into it and have the loss or the S cells happen at the same time. So maybe there's a formula there.
Good point. Go ahead, Hunter.
Well, Trunks never had anything. Future Trunks grew up in a already broken world. So, his Super Saiyan transformation happened when he lost something that he loved, that was Gohan. But he didn't have all these other things. He didn't have any attachments. He didn't have anything that he loved. He grew up in a world that he just didn't have anything, and he was used to that. So his hardships were more just he had long acclimated to such misery that the type of trigger, like I said, for you to be triggered by something that you lost, you have to love it first. And Future Trunks didn't really have that luxury in his timeline.
Yeah, I agree with Future Trunks. I believe all the Z fighters died when he was a baby, before he can even form words and memories and stuff. So the only one that was left alive was Yajirobe, Gohan, and Bulma when he was like forming memories and bonds and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, we know he was a baby because of he was a baby during the Android Saga, right? The little infant Trunks. And then Goku died. Goku would have died in like the when he was fighting Zero, like with the heart attack and shit. So once Goku's out of the picture, the only obstacle at that point is Vegeta, and then after that, it's just everybody else is cannon fodder for the androids. So.
Yeah, I think he also stated when he was first introduced that he never got to meet his dad too. So, like when he sees Vegeta for the first time, he's like kind of starstruck or something like that, a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
as he should be.
Yeah. So that kind of rules out like Trunks being a good candidate for like Super Saiyan 2. I believe he could have hit Super Saiyan 2 if he like actually did some training with Vegeta in the hyperbolic time chamber. Since they were separate, he kind of had to watch from a distance, kind of follow Vegeta's lead. Maybe that's just my guess. What's it called? But I still think like let's say Goku felt Gohan's full power, Super Saiyan 2 power in the hyperbolic time chamber, right? And then he fought Cell, measured him up. It's like, bro, he's light work for Gohan's Super Saiyan 2. Like, here, take the Sensu Beam, bro. You're gonna need it if you're gonna fight my son. So, like, if you measure them up, he can sense both their keys. Like, they're like he obviously like gave it for a reason. Like, bro, he's fucking weak compared to Gohan. So, what do you guys think about that?
Think that you are desperately trying to make this a good idea by screwing with the timeline, because Gohan did not go Super Saiyan 2 before Goku gave him the Sensu Bean. That was at the very start of the fight. That was long before anybody knew Super Saiyan 2 was a possibility.
Except for Goku, he knew.
No, he didn't. It had never been done before.
Even if he did know,
even if he theorized it, it's not knowing.
That's a gamble, bro. That's a huge gamble.
Everybody, when Vegeta and Trunks came out, they both knew at least of Super Saiyan Grade 1 and Grade 2. So to say that they didn't know that it can't be that Super Saiyan wouldn't be the end all be all would be incorrect.
Yeah,
I mean, I could see the idea of knowing that. Go ahead, Skull.
Nah, go for it. Go ahead.
I mean, I can see the idea of saying, well, there could be a Super Saiyan 2, maybe even a 3, but we're talking about a dire situation, an enemy that could destroy the planet at any given moment. He's got Frieza cells in it, so he's certainly willing to. The very last thing Goku should do, if we're talking about the idea of this being a good move, is give Cell Sensu Bean, because at the end of the day, We think we know how strong Cell is, but he's got Super Saiyan genes. He could easily get stronger. We need to kill him now.
Well, they only get stronger if they're on the brink of death, and then they heal from the brink of death. When Goku and Cell fought, he wasn't on the brink of death, but after he gave him the before he gave him the Senzu Bean, he was just kind of he took some hits here or there, but he's not gonna get a Zenkai boost from that.
There was a quote from Vegeta after Gohan achieved Super Saiyan 2, and Vegeta was genuinely surprised and amazed because Gohan was able to get the power up in power that Vegeta and Trunks figured out how to do with the Ascended Saiyan, while also getting the speed up that they had to sacrifice to get that Ascended Saiyan form. And so Vegeta saying this quote to me confirms that knowing Super Saiyan 2 was possible is not something that was going on. They did not know that Super Saiyan 2 was a possibility. That was a complete amazing moment for Gohan. And honestly, you're kind of ruining it by saying that it was a good idea for Goku to give him the Senzu Bean.
Good.
You're taking that away from Gohan.
No. They knew, bro. They fucking knew. They put it in that
Vegeta
one
didn't know.
episode. Oh wow. I mean, I'm pretty sure they
That
had
one
an
filler
ability.
episode.
Yeah, or not filler episode. It was a filler part.
Mhm.
So I'm running with it. He knew, and he knew that Cell was the perfect candidate to push Gohan into Super Saiyan 2 because it took everything they had to barely get Gohan into Super Saiyan 2 for a glimpse. And yes, it did come with some sacrifices, unfortunately, but at least it was just Android 16. Like, bro was in there for one fight, was barely a part of the squad for anything more than a useless sacrifice with his bomb removed, and then his head got smashed. That's all it takes, a Senzu Bean and 16 to get his head smashed. I'm gonna sacrifice those two things for Gohan to hit Super Saiyan 2.
So back to what I was saying about how Vegeta would make him a Super Saiyan 2 quite easily. I think I was talking to Brock about this. No, I was giving Brock his time. The reason I think Vegeta would be a good idea versus Cell is that, remember that Trunks is still a baby in like Vegeta's time, so he's like not really. He knows this is Trunks, but at the end of the day, he's still probably a bit skeptical. He heard something, but when it comes down to it, he sees Gohan. He's like, the hybrid Saiyans having an unbelievable power. He's gonna want to train that kid. And maybe you say, well, wait, it's Kakarot's kid. Why would I want to train Kakarot's kid? At the end of the day, he knows Kakarot's kid has power. He's seen it in action, and I could truly believe, like, he's gonna say, like how Piccolo said it. You're too soft on him. Let me train the boy. I actually think it would have been better for Goku to train Trunks, future Trunks, and for Vegeta to train future Trunks, because that didn't go anywhere. But Vegeta training Gohan, he would not be soft on him. I actually firmly believe, especially we're talking about the Gohan that wanted to go save Piccolo, I firmly believe that Piccolo would have got him into the mindset, would have got him strong enough, and he would have been in Super Saiyan 2. We would have actually seen it inside of the anime, guaranteed. I think that would have happened. And we did not need a Cell situation where Cell almost blows up the planet and Goku has to die to save the planet. I firmly believe that would happen.
My God.
I'd like to add with some genuine proof that Vegeta is a better trainer than Goku when it comes to fighting. Kid Trunks versus Kid Goten.
Goku never trained
Kid
Goten.
Trunks wins every time.
Goku never trained Goten.
Alright, fine. But Kid Trunks
Trunks
is a
was
better
year
fighter.
older, too.
All right. So running with this idea that Vegeta should have trained Gohan. I don't think it would have been possible, because so he sees Trunks as a Super Saiyan, and to Vegeta, Super Saiyan is like the top thing to be. So I feel like he would have more respect for Trunks and train Trunks versus Gohan, because Gohan didn't have Super Saiyan prior to going in the hyperbolic time chamber. And then two, Trunks gives the viewers, us, a new look on Vegeta, because prior to the Cell and Android saga, Vegeta was this prideful, arrogant, smart rival to Goku. And when Trunks is introduced, like, Vegeta's always by himself, just like hanging out by himself, wants to be alone. And like when he talks to the rest of the Z Warriors, he says like, man, he seems actually kind of lonely. Like, he gives us this new side to view Vegeta on as a lone wolf, you know? So he's more of the lone wolf side. He wouldn't train somebody, and it kind of proves that when he went into the hyperbolic time chamber with Trunks, and when they came out, Trunks said, we didn't really train together, we kind of did our own thing.
I still feel like Gohan would have done that. But Gohan's mindset's a lot different than Goku's. He's gonna be thinking about something like that. I could totally see Gohan being a lot more introspective about himself, but also looking at having a perspective on someone like Vegeta. He's gonna probably think, you know, Vegeta's this evil guy also, but at the same time, he's probably going to be looking at who Vegeta is in that situation. Again, I'm thinking back to Piccolo. It took someone like Piccolo to get someone like Gohan up to the power he had in the Saiyan saga. Vegeta, in a way, is similar to Piccolo's kind of demeanor in that Saiyan saga. I could totally see Vegeta getting him to Super Saiyan 2. He's certainly going to be better than Ascended, and he's going to want to train him. I can firmly believe that 100%. I don't want to go back and forth. What do you guys think?
I'm just gonna have to agree to disagree on that one.
I mean, there's things that Ninja said that I agree with, and there's things that Squall said that I agree with. But if the question is, could Vegeta have pushed Gohan to Super Saiyan 2 just as effectively as Cell did, the answer is an absolute yes. Vegeta definitely could have scared the fucking life out of Gohan. He could have had Gohan believing that Vegeta would have ended every fucking thing. No doubt in Gohan's mind, if he didn't come up with some miraculous, amazing new transformation that has literally never been done before in the history of Saiyans, that he would not have been able to save his world and his family and his shitty dad. Vegeta could have drove him to that point.
Such a Vegeta blazer.
He got Cabba.
Dude, he taught Cabba to go Super Saiyan in fucking 10 minutes.
I think he could have taught Gohan how to go Super Saiyan, but Super Saiyan 2, especially at that time, is kind of a stretch.
Dude, the trigger was Cell stepping on 16's head. Like, we don't know anything about 16. Well, I don't even know why that was triggering for Gohan. He met him like 2 days ago.
Two?
Yeah, maybe like right before the fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was just giving him a speech. He was like, Gohan, the world is great and I love birds. And then Cell was like, shut the fuck up, stomp. And Gohan was like, ah!
Bird, Goku.
Yeah, definitely.
I named it Toriyama.
Definitely. Oh, I heard about that. Definitely, Android 16 being the catalyst for him turning Super Saiyan 2 was definitely a weird. But it was like to kind of prove a point that Gohan needed to be pushed emotionally and physically to reach this form. Because he was at the brink of like exhaustion. Like when he hit Super Saiyan 2 in the hyperbolic time chamber. So it was like it had to be something like that in his fight against Cell. And I think a weakened Cell wouldn't have been able to push Gohan to Super Saiyan 2. Like, if he wasn't given the sense beam. Like would a weakened Cell be able to produce some Cell Juniors to jump the whole squad? Probably not. If he did, they would probably been weakened state too, maybe. Or maybe not been able to produce as much Cell Juniors.
I mean, I don't think Cell was all that weak, if I'm being perfectly honest. The sense of being almost kind of seemed pointless in every aspect, because how tired really was Cell? It's not like he was all beaten and down and out. He wasn't covered in scratches and blood. He wasn't even breathing heavy at the start of that fight. Goku was just like, hey, Cell, you want some cocaine before you beat up my 12-year-old son? And then Squall's like, that's a great idea. You should definitely do that, Goku.
Well, okay, so like, I don't know, Cell was still kind of damaged because of the whole Warp Kamehameha situation, too, to say that he wasn't damaged to some degree, and that seemed like a pretty large degree, too, because the whole top half of him was gone. I don't know, I mean, yeah, you're right, he wasn't really breathing heavy or anything, so I don't know if the sense of being made a big impact or not, but if the only thing that we have to go off as far as regeneration would be how Piccolo does it, and it's been shown that it takes a lot for Piccolo to regenerate even his arm, let alone a whole top half of your body, so.
True.
Yeah. When it comes to crap, I lost it. Like, so if we run with Hunter's idea, like, Cell wasn't even that bruised and battered, like he was not even damaged at all, like, then that kind of proves that the Cell giving him the Sensu Bean wasn't even that bad of a move. It was kind of whatever. If it did nothing.
You're the worst lawyer ever. You're making all the wrong cases right now.
Well, if it didn't do nothing to him,
that doesn't. It was if we go by that logic, if Cell didn't even need the Sensu Bean, you can still say that Goku's reasoning for giving Cell the Sensu Bean was to psychologically just break Gohan, to have Gohan standing there going, "What is happening to me right now?" and to make him feel helpless. And like, once again, yeah, it takes feeling helpless to get to that point, which, like Ninja said, Vegeta could have brought him to that helpless state. But also, once again, I have to drive home to the jury, the audience listening at home. Goku did not know that Super Saiyan 2 existed. That was not something that he knew for a fact could happen.
yeah, he did.
This is how
Through the
delusional you
training.
gotta be to be a Goku fan.
Through the
I don't
training,
know.
Goku did know at the end of it. So, like, if Goku knew at the end of their training, would Vegeta not also know at the end of his training? And if I mean, even going on the logic that Vegeta himself is a prodigy, like, he could have even snuffed it out faster than Goku would have, potentially. So I don't know if the prodigy
Whis
is
has
also
said that
like
they're both prodigies.
right, yeah, but like Vegeta would be he didn't need the 5 righteous Saiyans to give him energy to go Super Saiyan God, right? He found that out himself. He didn't really have that sense of, I mean, I guess arguably he did that sense of loss for the first Super Saiyan transformation. He didn't have his best friend killed, right? It was just like, oh, woe is me. I wanna be Super Saiyan. I wanna. And then Super Saiyan 2. I mean, I guess everybody technically had it when Buu Saga started, but at the end of it all, Vegeta's always been the one to push himself to find these transformations that more or less had, I wouldn't say easily came to Goku, but necessarily came to Goku. So, if we're gonna use the word prodigy between Goku and Vegeta, Vegeta would be the one to have that title.
All right, so if I can't convince you that Goku knew that Gohan can turn Super Saiyan 2 prior to them going to Cell, let's just go with this idea that Goku did know. Then hypothetically, he did know. Would him giving Gohan the Senzu Bean be more justified if he did know?
So glad you brought that up. No, it's not any less justified, because it goes back to what I said about the batter being able to hit a home run. Just because you know he can doesn't mean that he will. Especially when you consider that Gohan hates fighting. Gohan sat there in that fight, taking hits, just going, I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight. Just like, it's a dumb gamble. It really was a very dumb gamble. There's no angle that I can look at it that's gonna make me go, you know what, maybe it was a good idea. No, dude. Like, you powered up the enemy. Period.
Well, he took those lumps because he was scared for Cell, though. He wasn't scared for, he wasn't just sitting there because of his own well-being. He was like, bro, I'm gonna murder you if you don't cut this shit out.
He didn't. That's not what was going on. That's, maybe you could say that if Gohan had already gone Super Saiyan 2 once before and knew that he could do that to Cell, but no. Super Saiyan 1, 12-year-old Gohan fighting perfect Cell isn't going to do any better than Vegeta did when Cell went from semi-perfect Cell to perfect Cell.
We had a whole episode or two of Gohan sitting there reminiscing. Well, that too. But he had a whole episode or two of Gohan sitting there reminiscing with Cell, like, yo, this is what happens when I get mad. He went down the whole Dragon Ball Z timeline since he was introduced, all the times that he got mad and went crazy against these top-notch villains. So he was like telling Cell, like trying to warn him, like, this is what's gonna happen if you mess with me.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that good of a point, because look at all the times Gohan snapped before that. How many of those times did he actually defeat his opponent? I'll give you a hint. It starts with 0.
But
he got mad, he headbutted Raditz. And Raditz was like, oh, you knocked the wind out of me for a few seconds. What else? He got mad and fucking did nothing to Nappa. He got mad and, I don't know, ran away from Dodoria. When did he do anything? What did he actually do against any enemies when he got mad?
Whoop up on Frieza's second form, or second form, yeah.
Second form.
Vegeta was having a hard time even against like Frieza's first form, and then second form came along before Piccolo fused with Nail. Gohan was going toe to toe with him for a second.
Yeah, and then with the Raditz thing, Goku and Piccolo, the strongest warriors on the planet, couldn't hold a candle to Raditz. Then here comes Gohan, the saving grace, boom, headbutts him. Like, before that, they couldn't even touch Raditz. The only way they could touch Raditz was when Goku snatched his tail real quick. But other than that, they couldn't do anything to him. And then like Brock said, Vegeta and first form Frieza were somewhat evenly matched. And then when he went to second form, he completely outclassed Vegeta. And then when second form Frieza like pierced Krillin, that's when Gohan went rage mode and then just started like throwing ki blast, punching the shit out of Frieza, and like basically knocking him out, like damn near. Like he couldn't, like he was completely, like, both Vegeta and Frieza were both like completely flabbergasted when Gohan was doing this to him.
But in both scenarios,
and did he wind up defeating that opponent?
No, he didn't. But that's not the point. The point is he surpassed.
Yeah.
He surpassed everybody. He surpassed everybody that was there.
The power spikes. So We weren't even sure that Gohan would even stay in Super Saiyan 2 transformation. And how long would that fight even be at the end of it all anyway?
If
I mean,
go ahead.
like the perfect cell fight. I mean, it would have lasted what, just the span of an afternoon.
Well, hear me out.
Yeah.
So, base form, little 4-year-old Gohan goes into rage form, spikes over 1,000. His power level was like what, 5 prior to that. So, a mastered Super Saiyan times 1,000. That's more than a Super Saiyan 2 right there. With that rage boost. Or maybe not times 1,000. What's 5 times whatever equals 1,000? That's like 200. That's still more than a Super Saiyan 2 boost. It's more than a Super Saiyan boost. So him and Super Saiyan plus rage is the key to success. He just needs to be enraged.
There's 2 huge problems with that. Number 1, the numbers on the power levels were never really consistent throughout the show. And number 2, Goku doesn't even fucking know numbers, alright? That dude probably can't count to 8. So, I don't understand why you think Goku would have been able to look at what you just said and figure out that Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 or any rage. Look, if you just look at it statistically, like I said before, Gohan gets mad, he freaks out, his power spikes. That is true. That has happened plenty times before. Gohan gets mad, gets raged, his power spikes, and Gohan defeats an enemy. That has never happened before. So why would you put everything on the line for something that has never happened before?
Go
The
ahead,
whole
Brock.
thing is...
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was gonna say, as far as like intelligence, and then we need to let Ninja in on this too, because we're kind of taking over. Goku was a fighting genius, right? Like, where he wasn't smart anywhere else. Like, he saw Master Roshi do the Kamehameha wave one time, and then was able to replicate it immediately afterwards. So, like, to say that Goku's not smart is correct, but as far as fighting prowess goes, like, he's up there, man. He's a fighting genius and a genius nowhere else.
Completely agree. I'm pretty sure he's having mic trouble.
Oh, okay.
I'm here right now.
I saw the little orange exclamation point pop up on his square a few times.
I can hear.
Yeah,
I can hear.
so
him now.
I crashed and then I
can't.
came back. Oh
Alright.
no, not cold sauce. Let me
What?
leave it.
Oh, you couldn't hear him?
No.
I can't hear him either.
Oh, all right. Say something, 7 Ninja. Nah, I can't hear him.
I'm not getting anything either.
Uh-oh.
See him lighting up, but I don't hear no. Oh, there he is. All right, say something.
Vegeta's a terrible father.
Did you guys hear that?
No.
Ah.
Uh,
I wonder
Oh,
if let me leave and come back, see if I can hear him after.
All right, Brock, try to do the same real quick.
What's up?
Yeah,
Oh, you want me
leave
to
and
leave and
come
come
back
back?
real quick. Maybe that might help. All right,
cold sauce.
Ninja, speak. Okay, I can hear him now.
Brock Strap, can you hear 7 Ninja?
Sir.
Brock.
All
right, good.
Beans.
Ninja, what's
Alright.
your thoughts?
So we're still talking about Goku being a bad dad. If this is a good idea or not. No. So Brock, get me back to speed. I completely. This whole scenario just threw me off. What happened?
So we were talking about like Goku doesn't know numbers, like I said, and then Brock said like, well, he's a fighting prodigy. He should be able to like see the difference with.
That's still a gamble, because what kind of series of events would you need for that to happen? Like, Krillin's death was a fluke. We didn't know that was going to happen until it happened. So, What, expecting someone to die? Is that what he wanted to happen? There's no way Goku wants Krillin to die or any of the others to die. So what was he expecting to happen? Gohan was just going to get beat up a little bit and then want to get like Super Saiyan 2. All of these things that had to happen required someone dying, and that means it's automatically a bad idea because someone had to die. But Cell's not going to just not kill everyone else. But
there's something important to note before. So we're not talking about whether or not we knew Gohan was gonna go Super Saiyan 2. We're talking about specifically the rage spike making Gohan more powerful. And I had brought up, yeah, it does, but he's also never defeated an opponent with the rage spike. So statistically, my argument was, even Gohan, it still wasn't a good idea. You can't gamble on something that never worked before.
okay, I understand that. Squall, go ahead and say what you got to say, and I've got something.
Alright, so I got a couple things. So you said Goku doesn't know numbers like I stated, but he does understand key signatures and power levels and stuff. He can feel it and he can remember it. He'll be like, oh shit, these guys got some amazing power levels. I can feel it from here. And I don't think he's gonna forget something like that. So he felt Gohan's amazing key signature in the hyperbolic time chamber when he hit Super Saiyan 2. And he felt Cell's key. And he's like, bro, he's fucking weak compared to Gohan. And then 2, 7 Ninja, from what you said about Gohan's rage happening from someone dying. Like up until this point, like he doesn't really need someone dying to enter rage. It's always like Piccolo, Goku, someone getting hurt that triggers his rage. Like even like on Planet Namek, it was okay. This part was like people dying. It was like Dodoria killing off some of the Namekians, and then that's when he came in and then just kicked the shit out of Dodoria's face, and then like they took Dende and dipped. So that was like, I think up until that point, okay. So Krillin, they thought Krillin was gonna die when he hit his rage mode in second form Frieza, but he ended up getting healed by Dende, so he came back. But yeah, for the most part, it's like it doesn't need someone dying. It just needs someone getting hurt or Gohan getting pushed to reach Super Saiyan, or not Super Saiyan, a rage boost.
Well, he needs someone to get to a point where he thinks they're either about to die or going to die. But to go to Hunter's point about like the rage boost being powerful enough, I can somewhat believe that Goku would know how strong Gohan is. The thing is, and maybe even guess where the rage boost could be, but the simple fact is, what I was saying before I had said this, is that it's such a gamble that this would even happen, right? Because someone has to get drastically hurt, but the only problem is no one got drastically hurt. The only one who could have gotten hurt is Gohan. So why would he be the one to go get rage for him if he's not seeing anyone else get hurt?
So when
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I get what you're saying, but the time he reached Super Saiyan 2 for a glimpse in the hyperbolic time chamber, no one got hurt. They just got completely exhausted till they were both pretty much done in base form and everything, because every time it cut to them, they were always in Super Saiyan, or like the only time Gohan was in base form was when he didn't have Super Saiyan yet. And so after he got Super Saiyan, every time they cut to Goku and Gohan in the hyperbolic time chamber, they're always in Super Saiyan, until this last little part where Goku saw Gohan reach Super Saiyan 2 for the first time. They were both completely exhausted in base form, and they're like, Gohan was already like, or Goku was like holding his shoulder. All right, it's time to call it quits, Gohan. And then that's when Gohan was like, wait, Dad. He hit Super Saiyan 2 real quick, and then he passed out from exhaustion.
Okay, so what if, hear me out, what if Cell, being a bad guy, didn't take a methodical pace and didn't have fun? What if he just real quickly killed Gohan, like we all know he could have? Would you be sitting here saying, yeah, Senzu Bean was a great idea. I'm standing on that hill. I'm dying on that hill like Gohan did. Is that what you would be saying? Like he's a bad guy. They're not. I know it's a tournament, but they're not here for fun. This is not something that Cell was just like, yeah, let's all fight and then shake hands after.
I mean, yeah, that would be pretty bad, but I don't see many villains being like that, because Frieza didn't have Saiyan cells, but he slowly like ramped up until he got to his final stage. He didn't like outright kill everybody from then and there until he hit final form. Then he took out Dende real quick.
Rockstrap, you got anything to say?
I feel like I don't know. I can't think that it was this from Hunter's point, right? The whole baseball bat analogy is a pretty good one, and as far as like it was like he had so much Saiyan in him. Cell did. It didn't look like it, but he really did. If it was between Vegeta, Goku, and potentially Gohan, right? So like, I don't know. There's with that wanting to become stronger genetic running so high, like it was just assumed, I guess, that he wasn't gonna just go straight for the kill. But as far as the scenario again Hunter brought up, what if you just did it lickety split right off the bat and there's nothing else after? Then yeah, it would have been a bad idea that way as well.
I'll even add this. Cell was only there for Goku. Cell never had any focus on anyone but Goku. So, you know, him having Saiyan DNA and wanting to become stronger, I want to be able to agree with you, because for a lot of what you just said, I do. But the fact of the matter is, Cell didn't care about none of them other guys. Cell wanted Goku. As much as Android 16 wanted Goku and Dr. Gero wanted Goku, because that's exactly how he was created. The dude is an artificial being. So, I mean, if you asked me before that fight started, is Cell just gonna one-tap Gohan? I would have been like, yeah, I'll put $20 on that right now.
He did want Goku. I'll agree with you there, but he also wanted a good fight. So Goku hyping up, all right, I quit, but I got someone better than me. Like, I think he set up Gohan pretty well for like this next fight. Like, he got Cell's juices flowing, his excited juices. Gave him a little bug boner or something.
Is it Ten Shinhan? Please tell me it's Ten Shinhan.
Y'all laughing at my boy, but he sure held him down. He turned them triangles into squares and put semi-perfect Cell in the ground for a while.
Eco, how you doing?
Put him lower than 6 feet under.
Yeah.
Unless anyone else has anything to say, we can do closing thoughts on this topic. Then we can go on to Dragon Ball Diamond discussion.
Goku's a bad dad.
Yeah.
Looks right.
If Goku's a bad dad, you have 8 instead of 7s on your name.
I'll take that. I'll be an 8
That's
ninja 8.
literally an upgrade.
Squall's my boy, but I gotta disagree on this one. I'm kind of seeing Hunter's side of it.
All right.
My closing thoughts is that the more we talk about it, the more it solidifies the fact that it was a bad idea. We've discussed this from every angle we could think of, and every one of them looked more and more terrible.
Nah. The more we discuss it, the more the more it looks like I'm right.
once again, fans, you gotta be delusional to be a Goku fan.
I don't know. What does I Am Legend think?
I don't
Since
think
it being good idea, bad idea.
there was a guy who said like he thought it was the right move for Gohan. We can go over some chats. Let me read them.
Sammy.
Mr. Black, or was that Super
Yeah.
Saiyan 4 Sonic?
Mr. Black.
Has the jury reached a verdict?
If Goku didn't do that, Goku wouldn't have gotten that development he needed from Piccolo. It was absolutely stupid, but I see where Goku is coming from. But to put the world at stake, if the entire solar system was at stake, he wouldn't have done that. And then he says, let's talk about Vegeta's fumble, though. Vegeta messed up more than the rest of the Z fighters.
Krillin both.
I'm gonna let Krillin slide because he got 18 at the end. The rest of the Z fighters do not get a pass except for Piccolo and Tien. Cell Arc has the most fuck ups in the entire Dragon Ball saga. Fumble after fumble, couldn't believe my eyes. Had Trunks stressing. Trunks, when he realized the heroes he looked up to were a bunch of fighting addicts and meatheads. These are the people Future Gohan looked up to. I would have been absolutely pissed if I was Trunks. I think if it is Future Trunks, if it is because Future Gohan didn't really know how to train, because he only trained with Piccolo. Vegeta did redeem himself in the Buu Saga. Let's see, the Cell Juniors were crazy by SSJ4 Sonic. I think he's talking about when he
like a half a stadium full of people.
I think when he redeemed himself, he's talking about like how he sacrificed himself when he was Majin Vegeta, and then when he held off Kid Buu for Goku to go Super Saiyan 3, and when he talked to like came up with the plan for Goku to use the Spirit Bomb, and he talked to like the world to get his energy back. So he had some redeeming qualities.
Like a third of the stadium, like.
But I think he attempted to bring the world back. Plus, he put his whole being on the line to hold off Kid Buu, because I think they stated when if you die as a dead spirit, if you die in there, you don't come back. So he risked himself to fight Kid Buu to hold off Kid Buu so Goku can go Super Saiyan 3. Those are some pretty high stakes he put on.
Also, during that time, he did better than he lasted longer than Super Saiyan 3 Goku as well.
Such a Vegeta glazer.
Super Saiyan 3 Goku didn't have. It was still like kind of a new form. He didn't have the longevity or the stamina to hold it down.
Yeah, because he had the stamina to hold it when he was dead, but he didn't know that it would be harder to hold it when he's alive. So he made a crucial mistake there. So
Yeah,
that's called
like the crucial mistake he made when he gave Cell a sensu beam.
Oh, that was the right move. I don't know what you're talking about. But Mr. Black Zero did say something hilarious. When we were doing our intros, I think Hunter was like, I am the manliest man or whatever. He put the cap emoji. Alright, segment 2 starts now. Stops me from keeping a bunch of them open. 'Cause I have to keep all the live chats open from all the platforms to like have like this whole combined chat. So it's like a combined chat within a combined chat.
Gotcha. Like that Samuel Cook and the Sammy C or whatever together, the same person.
Sammy, what's up, Sammy?
What's up, Sammy?
Appreciate coming by.
Alright, so segment 2. Dragon Ball Diamond discussion. There was no episode 13 that came out this week, so we only got one episode to discuss about, which was a pretty awesome episode in my opinion. And I'm guessing, Hunter, you pretty much loved that episode too.
It was the best episode of the show so far. And that's not even because I'm a Vegeta fan, which I understand how you could see it that way, but it had the most and best action throughout the episode. We got to see Vegeta fighting that Tagama Nami, and we also got to see Majin Buu fighting Toby Ropo. So it was
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
it was a lot of action, and it was a lot of cool moments, not just during the fights, but I loved watching that Demon King dude get scared at everything that was going on. Just I think the word is objectively. Ninja, correct me if I'm wrong. Objectively, it was the best episode of the show so far.
Yeah, that's subjectively. Arguably.
Debatably.
So then debate it. Name a better episode, Squall.
Goku
say
defeated the
episode
Tamagami.
Depends on what you're watching the show for. Are you watching it for the animation and the action sequence, or are you watching it for, hey, this feels kind of Dragon Ball OG, like they're on a adventure, right? Like,
Oh, when Majin Buu defeated the Tamagami, that felt very Dragon Ball-ish. It was like kind of comical. And like when he got the Dragon Ball, like it was like add all these numbers up, and it was like a bunch of numbers going so fast that I couldn't do it in my head.
Ku is a menace. I can't wait for more
Mhm.
of Ku, actually. That was
With
insane.
the little brother.
The little brother.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
He's-
fat one.
If he's gonna become
Yeah.
some kind of mastermind, like genius character that can basically help control his brother, like you gotta watch out for that. That felt very
No.
kind of Bibbidi and Boo relation kind of to me. Only there's no animosity there now.
I completely agree, but I
Yeah.
also wanted to mention in that moment, right? So we knew that Ku was the one that did the math and told Do what to say, but the Tumagamanai, he didn't hear
Ah,
Ku
shit.
say
Here
that.
we go again.
Yeah, he
And
didn't hear
then
it.
right, but and like we saw his lips move, so we knew he said it out loud. But also like the demon chick didn't hear Ku say that either, and then when she gave all the credit to Do, like Ku didn't sit there speaking up for himself. He was just like, oh, okay, all right. So I'm thinking like this dude's a lot smarter than we think, because you know you want to sit there and take credit for what you did. Most people do, but there's like the wheels are turning in his head faster than most other people, in my opinion.
He is a speed type, though. Like, that's been very clear. His whole character's told me that, though. He's a very speed type character. That
Right,
fact
like
that
how he
Dude
ran
did
to the
remember it,
store.
But the fact that Dude remembered it shows me there is some brain in there, because, you know, some characters would mess that up immediately. But he recited it easily, so there's some brain
Yeah, that's a
in
big
there.
number.
Yeah, like the whole Ku. I think he's a lot smarter since, like what you guys said, since those numbers went by so fast, and like that was a lot of numbers. Some of them were triple digits. Like I'm gonna need like at least 2-3 seconds to add up 3 digits or more. It was like 1 second, maybe not even a whole full second. It was like this triple digit number, then the next it was like a 4-digit number, then the next is like a 2-digit number, and it was like all over the place. And
I'm not even sure that we were shown all the numbers either.
no, we weren't.
You weren't.
We weren't. Like we couldn't have followed along if we wanted to.
Mm-mm.
Well, like just the camera angle panned away from it for a split second, so
Yeah, because it went to I forget what her name is, but the Kai chick with the standing up hair.
Rinsu?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like it
She's
cut to
hot.
her face. It cut to her face, and she's just like, it's supposed to show that we're supposed to feel like her. Like she was like, "What the fuck? How are we supposed to add up all these numbers? This is ridiculous,"
Right.
you know?
Well, and you can hear. So there was a sound effect anytime a new number showed up, and so like while the camera wasn't facing the numbers, you could still hear that sound
yeah.
effect blinking. So that's how I knew for sure the show didn't even want us to try to
Well, this is what I can appreciate about Toriyama's writing as well. Is like he made Ku, you immediately had him as a throwaway character, and then immediately redeemed him and made him useful again. So like, I was kind of like, oh well, it sucks that Ku was made just to kind of be like a comedy relief
assistant,
right? And then immediately you're like, oh crap, like he's actually a threat.
We kind of need him, yeah.
Differently, a different threat, but still a threat nonetheless.
One thing that I
fuse?
remember thinking, and this is like my nerd side coming out, but one thing I remember thinking during that scene when we kept seeing all the numbers was like the first number being 1 and then the second number, and the way it was rising, I remember thinking to myself, is there like a steady pattern that they're going up by? Because whoever is gonna get the answer, right, that's gonna make it a lot easier for someone. If you can recognize the pattern, then you can just wait until the stopping point and do the math that way instead of just sitting there adding one by one. You know what I mean? But that's never going to be confirmed regardless. So.
Do you think Ku and Do gonna fuse?
It's definitely possible. Because they do have the fuse bugs. I'm not sure how that works. It's not. I'm assuming it's not gonna work like the fusion dance, where they need to be the same height, the same power level. It'd be more on the lines of the Patara earrings, maybe, if I had to guess.
Right, those fusion bugs. But I tell you what I don't want to see is that crap that we saw in Dragon Ball Super Hero, where those gamer dudes, they were just like, oh wait, we're the bad guys, let's team up with the good guys for this. Like I don't want to see Ku and do that for sure.
I wouldn't see and Ku fusing without Rinsu having a hand in it. Now, I almost wouldn't put it past her to have Do and Ku fuse with her, trying to be the dominant mind in the whole thing. So, because it showed 3 people at least in that particular photo, right, when they were at that store. So having a third person, Rinsu, like that's still up in the air as well.
Alright, let's talk about the more awesome moment of that episode. Hunter, I know you want to talk about it. Vegeta hit Super Saiyan 3, baby. Let's talk about how awesome that shit was. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I mean, we've been waiting for Vegeta to hit Super Saiyan 3 forever. Ever since we saw Goku do it for the first time, every Dragon Ball Z fan was like, alright, when is Vegeta gonna do it? I don't care if you love or you hate the guy, you know Vegeta's right behind Goku. And I mean, we got to see it like in Dragon Ball, whatever video game, I think it's called Heroes.
Raging Blast?
Something like that. It's a video game that like a lot of people on the internet, they refer to it as like a separate canon, and it aggravates me. But so we got the art of it, you know. But I loved like how dominant he was during the fight. Not like he comes out with the new Super Saiyan 3, and then, you know, he just keeps his arms crossed the whole time, and he's playing with the dude, and he's consistently kicking his ass. He's not sitting there playing with him to the point where he winds up running out of ki, and then they got to pull something out their ass after. I really liked that. That's how that happened. What I disliked was the way they made the hair look like Beast Gohan instead of like Super Saiyan 3. And at first you want to say, well, he's a kid, so the hair might grow differently. But then you remember Gotenks has the exact same Super Saiyan 3 hair as Super Saiyan 3 Goku. It goes longer and it falls, and it's wavy and shit. And so that part, it's just like, Toriyama, why you always gotta make Vegeta a little different? Like, give him his fucking flowers, bro.
So they like that was actually Toriyama's first initial like look for Super Saiyan 3. It was supposed to be short hair, but like kind of straight back a little bit. That was his original design for like Goku's hair to be. But like I guess Toyotaro, his editor, was like, nah. So they switched it up to the long hair, and his editor Toyotaro was like, all right, yeah, that look. Let's go with that one. So I saw a video, like a post or a video online saying like this is kind of like their homage to, or whatever the word, tribute to Toriyama. Like when they whipped out Super Saiyan 3 for Vegeta, they gave him Toriyama's like original design for Super Saiyan 3 instead of like the new one.
The word you were looking for is homage. The H is silent.
Okay. But what do you, Brockstrap and Seven Ninja, what do you think about like the new hairstyle, or old, I guess?
I mean, when I saw it, I thought like, everyone was saying like it was Super Saiyan 3. I was like, that's Super Saiyan 3? I don't think it is. It didn't make me, because I was like, yeah, it looks like it should be, but it looks so different with the angles and stuff like that I was thinking maybe like a 2.5 or something like that with what we were seeing, and it's just not the full thing. At the end of the day, they're like, kids and all that, so like maybe it's affecting its ability to be the full thing. Again, also, we know Vegeta's been training, but at the end of the day, we didn't get to see Vegeta train like we saw Goku train. And so it's like, I wanted to see more of that in order for this to make more sense. It does make sense that Vegeta could have reached it in an adult form, but as a kid form, I don't know if I could fully believe he could do it.
Good point. Brockstrap, what do you think about his new form?
I'm probably going to take the... let me rephrase this. People might not like my thoughts about it, actually. I was disappointed. We've been blessed now with Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku all kind of sprouting separate ways since Super started. And I know this is before Super, but I was really kind of hoping for Vegeta not to just follow Goku's transformation path again. I was really kind of hoping that there was going to be some kind of Demon World specific like transformation. Do appreciate the different style. Again, if we're not wanting Vegeta to completely follow Goku, like obviously it was different. I don't know if it was the hair was shortened, and it was maybe a more refined Super Saiyan 3. Maybe again we talking about like we did earlier, where Vegeta's kind of more of a prodigy in this area. If he saw maybe, oh well, Kakarot's Super Saiyan 3 is leaking ki here, and then did something to the effect of perfecting it, hopefully. Is that after that happened, the Tamagami was no threat. Like the catching the trident by his two fingers and then snapping it, and I would have liked to see more arms. I kind of got tired of like, oh, he's just only kicking this guy across the battlefield. Okay, whatever. And I guess I didn't even know Water Vegeta was a thing. Like, ever since this fight happened, all I see is Water Vegeta's back. Water Vegeta's like, it happened one time in Namek supposedly, and everybody just wanted Water Vegeta to become a thing again. But Yeah, all in all, it's good. It's nice that Vegeta, I guess, has that extra strength now. But again, I was kind of hoping that it was going to be something different. But that's just me.
I get what you're saying. But when Logan told us that Vegeta's confirmed to have a new form, like, we're all speculating, like, magic form, demon form, whatever. Like, I don't think any one of us guessed Super Saiyan 3. Like that I kind of like that he went Super Saiyan 3 because it threw us all off guard, you know. It completely threw us a whole different direction. So Super Saiyan 3 is like the most obvious choice, like now that I'm thinking about it, but I would have never guessed it, you know.
And again, like we're still before Super, so like it makes sense, like time wise, right? At the point they're at, that oh well, he achieved this form, so I will too. Like it's before the path is splitting for everyone. So
True.
Yeah, it would make the most sense.
There was a couple things. Oh, go ahead, Hunter.
Whenever we discussed that, that was my final answer on my closing thoughts. Was I said, as much as I'd like to see some kind of demon form or whatever, as far as the timeline is concerned, I would bet money. If I had to bet money, it's gonna be a Super Saiyan 3 because we see Vegeta as a god in Super. So technically, I did predict this.
All right.
What if it's a Super Vegeta 3 instead of a Super Saiyan 3?
So you know,
I would not put it past.
At first, I actually thought it was a 2.5 as well, like you said, 7 Ninja. But Goku's reaction when he saw Vegeta in that form, he was like, "What? He's got that too? When did he get that?" You know. So that kind of confirmed to me that it was a Super Saiyan 3.
Right.
I do want to say, first I want to rub it in Squall's face that Vegeta defeated a stronger Tobiropo than Goku did, while also fighting a Kraken.
Oops. I didn't mean to do that.
While also fighting a Kraken that Goku was scared of, which I mean, Goku probably wasn't really scared of it. I feel like that was comedy and stuff being sprinkled in. I never saw the Kraken as any kind of threat to Goku, Vegeta, or even Piccolo. But also going back to what Brockstrap said earlier about maybe it's a more refined Super Saiyan 3, because we do see Vegeta have more prodigy like feats when it comes to things like powers and stuff. We always see Vegeta, you know, like when they're training on Beerus's planet, he starts like meditating and shit, and he explains to Goku, he was like, "Don't you remember when we were fighting Jiren, you're blah blah blah." I don't remember exactly what he said, but Vegeta certainly has shown that there are areas of fighting that he has more knowledge than Goku in. And I remember thinking of a way to kind of describe their differences, where Goku, a lot of times he pulls shit out of his ass, and you know, he's quick to make the transformations, but Vegeta's more of the kind of player that does all the side quests before going to the boss. You know, he gets everything ready and then he goes for the mission, whereas Goku just kind of goes in like, "I hope I got it," and so yeah, I could see it being a more refined version of Super Saiyan 3. But when you compare the art style, not just Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, but also Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku and GT, all has the very long and wavy hair. So I feel like it is different, and it might be explained why it's different, but there's a difference, period. Because when it comes to transformations, the art style is usually pretty consistent. when it comes to the transformations.
Still trying to figure out where the eyebrows go.
That's clown coup that you
They-
mentioned.
That's how the hair grows. It pulls. It's like Bosley. It pulls from the eyebrow.
I guarantee if
goes
my
to the
eyebrows
back of the hair.
disappeared, my hair wouldn't get any longer.
Maybe
In fact, I have just about
eyebrows,
as much hair with this
if I
coming
lose,
in, too.
if I lose my eyebrows,
Hope I don't have a
hopefully I
bald
gain
spot.
some hair. First of all, that's clown coup. There's no way in hell that you're telling me Goku doesn't know what meditation is. That's fucking retarded bullshit writing that. I don't want to trash on a dead guy. But yeah, that's fucking stupid that he doesn't know what meditation is. He's been doing it since fucking Mr. Popo days. But yeah, I thought it was. I always felt bad for Vegeta not having Super Saiyan 3. Like they should have gave him his flowers and given him Super Saiyan 3 eventually. Especially like in Super, there was like so much time for him to catch up and get Super Saiyan 3. But I also saw that a video like before Daima came out, that Vegeta actually always knew, or not always, he had Super Saiyan 3 in Super, but he just never used it because he saw how like energy consuming it was for Goku. So he thought like he never used it because of that. It was kind of pointless, more on the pointless side. Once he saw that, I thought it was a good like video, like, but I just wanted to see it, and now we finally get to see it, and it was like used in badass fashion, like, cause like Brock said, he had the fingers, snapped it, that was fucking sick, and he was like he was just using his legs throughout most of the fight, and that was pretty sick too. Which kind of reminded me of Vegito versus like Super Buu or Buhan. How he was just like fucking around, like keeping his arms crossed and kicking and blocking with the foot and stuff like that. So it kind of leads
And-
me to also
And for
believe.
Gogeta.
It also kind of like leads me to believe that Vegito is more Vegeta based after seeing this fight. What were we saying, Hunter?
The fighting style was also Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That's how he fights in Xenoverse. He keeps his arms crossed. I'm pretty sure there was I think he did that against Omega Shenron. I'm not sure. Obviously, it wasn't for that whole fight.
Budokai 3 also.
was
Sounds
that
like there's
Brock
like a
No, the
Was that-
kicking, like from the Xenoverse, right? Yeah, Budokai 3, it was pretty much kicking with Gogeta as well.
I can't say I remember that. I'm not discrediting you guys, but I have seen him do like when he does his combos in Sparking Zero. He likes to like sometimes he'll have his arms crossed when he does his combos.
Well,
What were you
sounds
saying?
like
we're not
personality
talking
shit.
about. We're not
That
talking
board.
about regular Gogeta. We're talking about specifically Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
Yeah,
From
Super,
GT.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is his own separate character in Sparking Zero.
Yeah, seems like a personality shift, so maybe it takes more of the Vegeta role in that state. So that makes me wonder, does what happens with Vegito? Like Vegito's like Vegeta now. Does he become more like Goku?
Well, I mean, even then, like, Gogeta was fighting Sen Shinron, right? He was going to do the Big Bang Kamehameha, and then he just, like, threw confetti all over. It was like a prank, right? That was definitely more Goku. I couldn't see Vegeta doing a prank like that.
I can't even see
So-
Goku
so, I mean,
doing
it was-
something like that.
Vegeta-
To be honest,
doing
It was a
any
good
prank.
mix between the two men, for sure. But, yeah, as far as fighting...
It's hard
I
to
mean,
say.
I
Like,
could
on
see
one
Goku
hand-
doing that.
I can't see Vegeta doing a prank at all. But I
exactly.
also, for it to be Goku, he wouldn't have threw confetti. He would have threw a sensu bean at the enemy, right, Squall?
Yeah.
it would have been a
At
smart
that
move.
point, at that point,
Yeah,
Super
would've been
Saiyan
great,
4
yeah.
Gogeta was definitely stronger. So I mean, and I don't think
Yeah.
Shenron can get that Zenkai boost quite like Cell could.
Yeah, if like I can't really see Goku doing it either, but if I had to pick which two were the ones to do it, it would be Goku throwing the confetti.
talking about the same Goku that like stood on Nappa's head because he just knew he was better than him?
Oh,
I could
that's a good
totally believe
point.
that.
Disrespect.
Like I could
Bro,
totally
that's
believe that.
that's disrespectful though. That's like the
Bites everybody too. That's disrespectful. He Frieza,
bites.
Beerus.
that's a
Ooh,
secret move.
I am
That
talking to my
comically
son.
large
I
head
will
is-
fight you when I'm finished.
That's a secret move. The bite
I think,
attack.
Yeah, I actually think that so like Goku, you know, being funny and all, like Goku probably wouldn't go and throw confetti. But when you add Vegeta's arrogance to Goku's
Oh, yeah.
playfulness,
Oh,
then we get Big Bang confetti. You know?
That confetti did go big
Then
bang.
Shinron was like scared too. Like he's like, "Oh crap, I'm gonna die," and then the confetti.
Yeah.
The threat was real.
All right.
So back to Vegeta or Daima.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good. Let's see. What did I write
I
down?
did kind of like we got to see Vegeta and Goku's like, you know, sort of their relationship with their kids. Like you could kind of see. I'm also thinking like when Goku's a kid, he acts more like a kid, but at the same time, we got to kind of see their relationship, like when they're just having conversations between each other, more there, and I kind of liked seeing that.
I'm glad you brought that up because it's not just arguing between them.
Mhm.
They actually feel like friends in this show.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
glad
I mean
to
that
see
was part of the. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm good. You're good. You're good.
Oh, that was part of the ending of Z also, like with the whole showdown against Buu, Vegeta, like while the Spirit Bomb was going after Kid Buu, right? Vegeta had that whole monologue of, "Oh, Kakarot was always better, and always this, and here's my respect for Kakarot now." And I mean, yeah, so there's the whole, "I wish I were a carrot." Anyway, yeah, no,
I don't know,
it was there.
headphones are
Vegeta
messing
finally owned up to us, the audience, but also to himself. Like, okay, Goku's like my buddy, right? Best buddy. Even though he aggravates me.
Can you repeat that again?
No, he can't, Squall. He can't repeat it.
Repeat what?
He can't. No, nothing. Don't say anything. Don't feed into this.
I wish I were a carrot.
I just can see Hunter see them in there in the darkness.
That's why the light's off. Oh God, I hate that moment. I hate that whole ending.
What, Vegeta saying, "Oh hey, Goku's better."
Stop. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. I'm not crying.
Hey, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Goku said it.
Who said it?
Or Vegeta said it. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Admonish me.
God, I hate this.
On Vegeta's episode 2.
That was my favorite
Then again,
Vegeta
really
moment.
backtracked when he was all like, "Oh well, even though Goku's stronger than me now," right? That was the whole thing. Even on the Dragon Ball Z bridge, like Goku's farewell, right? Even though he's stronger than me for now, right? Like they're always trying to one up each other. So like, it's not like Vegeta's saying, "Oh hey, Goku's the best." It's just like it was finally that kind of come to Jesus moment to where like, all right, we're no longer. We're no longer enemy rivals. We're now frenemies, right?
Yeah, I gotta admit that moment is my favorite Vegeta moment. Tops him going Super Saiyan 3.
Oh no!
I'm gonna write in the chat what my topic is gonna be, so I don't forget it.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. So back to Daima. So both the Tamagamis were defeated. Enemy has a Dragon Ball. The Z Warriors have 2 Dragon Balls. So the Z Warriors' plan was to go get the Dragon Balls and wish to get back Dende. So now this means there's an inevitable meetup between the Majins and the Z Warriors. Like, at least in some way, shape, or form. Or at least the Majins and Goma, the Demon Lord, to get the Dragon Ball. So there's gonna be some sort of story conflict that they like the Z Warriors and one of the 2 parties has to meet up eventually. What are our predictions for moving forward with the next upcoming episodes? How the story is gonna turn?
So unless Goma gets this third eye, which I don't think he will, I'm honestly at this point I don't have no faith in this guy to be an actual big bad. So it's really gonna be about that witch lady.
Lorenzo?
Uransu. I foresee Vegeta fighting Do and Goku fighting Ku. That's what I'm seeing right now. And it would be just like Vegeta to be frustrated with Do. It makes so much sense. But I'm also seeing maybe a possible. You remember the fusion bug? I'm also seeing Goku and Vegeta fusing to fight Ku and Do, who will probably fuse themselves with Uransu.
B.
What about Piccolo? He's just gonna be sidelined.
I want to see Piccolo. I mean, they already fought a Tanagami, but I want to see Piccolo have a actual battle. Probably, you know, who he's gonna fight. You know who's gonna fight that other Namekian. I foresee him getting some kind of weird power up, getting young or whatever. He's already legendary status. It wouldn't be that hard to believe. He goes into like some younger state, gets super buff. And then you're like, holy crap, this guy got hands. And so now legendary Namekian's fighting Piccolo, and Goku is fighting Goku and Vegeta are fighting Ku and Do.
I can see
Possible fusion state.
See it.
I'm not so sure about that, because you have the 2 different types of Namekians, right? You have the warrior Namekians and then the dragon clan. So like, if Niva is the one who's already under the magic clan, I mean, I guess he could make his own wish and wish to become a strong fighter, but he already kind of has that. Just like Dende, right? He's
Well,
stop.
I can debunk
I see
that
your point
because
though.
Piccolo's original, he was originally the magic type. He didn't get warrior type until he fused with Nail. And Piccolo's always been a badass.
Yeah, that's the thing. Piccolo was kind of like a hybrid of magician and warrior, cause like I think he was like considered the warrior class when he like went to Namek, and like Nail was like, oh dang, you're actually pretty damn strong. So it's a shame that you only like one half of your side. You'd be so much stronger if you were like a complete whole. But his other half is the one that created the Dragon Balls, so he's like a hybrid of some sort.
I think the official names of them are the Warrior Clan and the Dragon Clan. But I'm glad that Ninja brought up Piccolo possibly fighting that other Namekian. I don't think it's gonna be like a weird power up. I think, you know, you got to remember Piccolo's a kid out here like the rest of us. I think that Namekian dude is just gonna spit out an egg, and we'll just have a kid version of him fighting a kid version of Piccolo. I mean, Piccolo was 4 years old during when they fought Raditz, you know.
Right. But when Piccolo was first born, though, he was more Hodler-like than what he is now. So it showed Piccolo like in that little kind of get up. I can't remember. I could find the picture online, I'm sure.
Like
but
a
he was
small
a fairly young. Yeah, he was a fairly young-looking Piccolo.
Yeah, that was baby Piccolo. Then when he turned like,
yeah, I mean, they might have to tweak some stuff, but it's not like it wouldn't be something that we'd all go, "Oh my god, that was so stupid. I'm never watching Dragon Ball again."
Right.
Right.
Well, I'm not so sure that Nava isn't anything but just kind of a chaotic neutral. I don't think that he is against the Z Warriors claiming victory. But when he was strengthening the Tamagami during the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta fight, like, that was because Vegeta wanted the fight. I think it kind of served his own purpose too, just for Nava to have a little bit of fun with his toy against Vegeta. But like, it wasn't of a nefarious purpose by any means. So, and we already saw, and I'm getting a little bit of my information too. I've been listening to Totally Not a Podcast, which is Totally Not Mark's Dragon Ball Z Daima review. And what they were thinking is that Nava, at the end of it all, like, we've already seen him use his powers with what he can do with the Earth Dragon Balls. He was able to have all of them come to him, and then there was also, they were all, like, they were used already, right? So he was able to revive the Dragon Balls before their time to, like, turn back on, right? So, like, I'm thinking with these three, I'm thinking we're gonna see more, based off of what they're saying, and I agree with it, we might see more than one wish come from this 3 Dragon Balls. Maybe one wish for both sides, right? The good side and the bad side.
But 3, 1 for each ball.
Because, yeah, we do have 3 Dragon Balls and 3 different parties, I guess, seeking to obtain them currently.
I feel like that's kind of a plot hole. What in the first or second episode when they used the Dragon Balls, and they were like, "Hey, we're supposed to get more than one wish," and Shenron was like, "Oh yeah, well that's only for regulars." Because like I think in Super, when they revived Frieza back, didn't they use more than one wish there? And the Frieza army aren't regulars.
That is after Daima.
I mean, that's Toriyama. That's just him forgetting stuff. He's been known to do that.
You forgot Dende is supposed to be taller too.
Wow. Go ahead, Hunter.
Do you think that the Namekian guy is 100% against us? I don't think he's chaotic neutral like Brockstrap predicts. I think that, now he did power up the Tamagami during the Vegeta fight. And
you said it right.
The whole acting, well, hold on now. The whole acting all senile and giving this chaotic neutral type of vibe to himself made it easy for him to give the excuse when they said, "Why did you power him up?" He was like, "Well, he said he wanted a good fight." But I think in reality, he saw that and went, "I really don't want these guys to gather these Dragon Balls and mess up whatever scheme I got going on in the background." But then I also get I have to take a step back from that and remember that Namekian dude was forced to do this plan that Demon King, he went and basically kidnapped him and said, "You're coming with me, I need to use your power." So it's just iffy, but I don't want to rule out that he's even has his own selfish plan against the Demon King altogether.
I think that's what a chaotic neutral is. He can go either way, I believe. Kind of like how Vegeta was in the Namek arc, Brock's Frozen. I kind of wanted him to confirm or not if that's what chaotic neutral is. I'm just gonna look it up.
Chaotic neutral is it's just unpredictable. It's no party affiliation, no good or evil, but the chaotic makes it extremely dangerous for either side. It doesn't matter, basically. Like Majin Buu, like he was mindless, but he's incredibly powerful.
I was gonna say that, like, here's the idea I'm getting from Neva, though. I think because of the fact that Goma is kind of useless at this state, let's be real here, he's not really, he had a plan in the beginning, but he hasn't really, the not big demon, the small demon.
The Demon
like
King.
Shin's brother.
Okay.
Yeah. Like he doesn't really seem to have a real plan. It just seems like he's waiting. And so Neva's probably thinking to himself, wait a minute, this plan sucks. Let me do something about it. And so he's like, I'm gonna speed this up along, and he plays the scene out. Piccolo figures out, hey, something's wrong with this guy. He's clearly lying. I honestly could see him saying, look, they're gonna take forever. I might die before this thing, this Dragon Ball plan goes up. And as far as he knows, they're gonna get the Dragon Balls. So he acts, he comes in, he acts, he does something. And so that's what we see. But also, this is a way to test to see how strong they are. At the end of the day, Goku beat the weaker one, right? So therefore, now he gets to see a stronger Tamagami face Vegeta, and now he gets to understand, well, if this guy is supposed to be like that other guy in the orange suit, I have at least a decent idea how strong he is. I also, when he buffs the one Vegeta's fighting, I think he also buffs the first one, the one that Ku and Do were fighting. I think he buffs both of them at the same time. So, we have at least an idea. They may not be stronger than each other. It's just when he gives them the buff, they might be stronger. They may not be stronger.
The one dude was fighting did get an upgrade. And I also want to point out, dude didn't really overpower that guy in the way Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta really overpowered that second one. And so, like, we don't know. We never seen the Tamagami fight each other. So we don't know if they are, did I just say that name right?
You did. Again. Whoa. This is a first.
I'm so sorry. We never saw
Keep going with your point.
fight each other. You know, maybe the second one was the strongest. Maybe the second one was the weakest. Maybe Vegeta went against the weakest one. You know, we really don't know the power scaling of these guys. But yeah, dude was fighting an upgraded Tamagami. And I forgot my point.
Vegeta did a better job than Dew did, so therefore Dew has got to be weaker than Vegeta at this moment. I feel like that's where you were going.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly the way the show is looking.
There's never been any indication on which Tamagami would be stronger than the other. I mean, well, we're probably
I'm gonna be
outside
right
of
back.
just the different worlds being a different class system of civilian. Like, there's nothing to suggest that just because of how the worlds are numbered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my dog's going crazy.
No worries.
Yeah, there's really no assumption that they're different in strength outside of just the weapons and the fighting styles.
One thing I wasn't feeling is like Majin. What's the fat one? Dew. I wasn't really feeling him being like, I need some chocolate. I'm gonna stop fighting. Like,
Remember the point
that
I was
part
trying to
pissed
make.
me off, bro. That part pissed me off because like he was kicking ass, and then just stops and then kind of sucks and just kind of runs away, and it was very goofy and silly. Cause like then you pan over to Vegeta versus his Tamagami, and it wasn't very Dragon Ball. It was more Dragon Ball Z. The awesome fighting, the seriousness, the coolness, like if like the crazy like high stakes are here with the Dragon Ball, you know, like I kind of want it to be a little bit more serious, because now it just makes me think of like what happens if our Z Warriors fight these Majins. Like, is he gonna kick their ass and then lose because he wants some chocolate, you know? It doesn't feel very serious if we have to deal with these guys in the future.
It's foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
a betrayal of the Majins. Fucking hate that idea. I really do. But the point that I was making, to show Vegeta being stronger than Do, it makes you wonder. It makes me feel like Do can't be the final boss, because that would just be so underwhelming. Something else has to be going on.
Yeah, definitely. All they have to do is just hold out till he wants some chocolate.
Yeah. And they grab
Not
two.
even. Doesn't matter if he's going all out. We just saw Vegeta do better, and Vegeta's not even alone. He's got Goku and Piccolo with him.
Yep, Majin Ku couldn't beat a Tamagami like Goku can, Vegeta can, and if Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, they can both easily take out Tamagami better than Majin Buu did.
Right. And you have these key players like Ninja brought up Neva. I mean, we saw him do things that we never seen any other Namekian do. Like Brockstrap said, the way he manipulated our Dragon Balls. He's an insane wild card. We all have this theory about the Demon King, the little short dude, getting that third eye. I know I personally believe that third eye is what's on the belt of their chauffeur. So you got that. I think it would be really dumb to think that we're not gonna see a fusion. I mean, they introduced fusion bugs. That wasn't like a pointless thing. They're not gonna not do that,
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of different ways that this can go. But that's my topic that I'm gonna bring up earlier, as y'all know. So
I mean, they were showing all the different bugs too, just like as a general thing. So like they might have brought it up, but I'm not sure. They did make a point to show the sign, I guess. So
I'm not sold
I think
on
they keep showing us. Go.
I'm not sold on the fact that Goma is completely useless. I need to see a little bit more of Goma first before ruling Goma out as a threat.
they've been right.
Do you
off the
think
bat.
they're actually
I
gonna do
really
it?
agree. I don't remember exactly what character it was, but somebody definitely very seriously stated, "Do not underestimate Goma."
It was Glory Hole.
Well, there we go.
Come on, Squall. At least get it right. You know he's gonna mess it up on.
Well, that actually kind of takes it away, because Glory Hole thought for sure that he could take Goku. Like, he was talking mad shit.
Yeah.
And then Goku was like, "All right, motherfucker, let me show you something." So
I mean, it's been kind of proven throughout the whole show that like the Saiyans are just, or the light people are always better than the dark people. Like, that sounds racist, but it's what I'm saying here is true. Okay, the light, the outside of the demon world, the guys outside of the demon world are always going to be better than the people that's inside the demon world. That's been true ever since we've seen this anime start. So I kind of don't see Goma. He can be crafty all he wants to. His magic better be amazing. But the reality of this is like, unless he gets some, the third eye is not helping that guy. The guy, the eye on the stupid dude. Third eye is not helping that guy. Unless you want to go with.
Hang on. Like, I agree, but we've seen this before. Like in the Majin Buu saga, when they went down to Bobby's spaceship, Supreme Kai was like, "Oh, they're sitting out Pui Pui first, but why?" Then here comes Vegeta just easily mangling him. "Oh, they're sending out Yakon already? Why? It's only the second stage." Then Goku easily mangles him. "Oh, they're sending out Deborah already?" And then like Gohan, in a weakened Gohan, a rusty Gohan was going toe to toe with them. And then here comes Majin Buu out of nowhere, who completely like wipes the floor with everybody. So we're kind of seeing the same kind of pattern here. Like Goku and Vegeta are easily handling like the demon world, but there has to be something that's going to be stronger than them, or that's going to be a tough handle for them.
Bro,
I'm gonna for that. I'm gonna put my money on. I'm gonna put my money on Goma getting that third eye. Is gonna be a really big threat because Goma said that his first wish should have been to get that third eye instead of making them kids. So in Goma's head, him getting the third eye means that even if they were adults, he still has a chance.
yeah, but that could just be seen in the future. It's an eye. It's not like a arms thing. It's not like a key thing. It's an eye. So if anything, maybe it's seeing potential futures for a way to survive. And in this way, it's been on that stupid guy all this time. He finds ways to survive. Therefore, he is living. So maybe the eye predicts the best future instead of being a power bump.
So maybe it's some future sight like Katakuri on One Piece. I mean, it could be a lot of things. But in Goma's head, he knew that the adult version of these dudes beat Majin Buu.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he should have wished for that instead of turning them into kids. To me, that's very important.
Oh, we will see who is the best one, or who. There has to be some sort of threat. Obviously, the Tamagamis ain't the threat. So it has to be either the Majins, like and Iron Sue. I forget her name already. Or it's got to be Goma, or maybe even Neva. Like these are the only three I can see as possible threats for the Z Warriors at this point.
Are all Dragon Balls the same? Because he was able to manipulate Dende's fairly easily. Which makes me think that he knows the ins and outs of the three that he created himself. So I wonder what more... There's nothing that's been stated that those are what he did with the Earth Balls are the only thing that he can do. I'm not sure what other kind of manipulation he can do with his own.
That's true. I will say, like, usually the main threat's always usually kept a secret. So, and like so far we haven't seen what Neva can do. So far we haven't seen what Goma can do. So I'm kind of leaning more toward one of them being the final threat.
Guys, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. Guys, it's Neva. It's him. This is the Piccolo story all over again. Oh my god, bro. It's literally the Piccolo story all over again. I can see it clear
Demon King Piccolo?
Mm-hmm. Demon King Neva. Yeah. And he's the Dragon Clan guy. It's Demon King. We should never use our powers for bad, but you know, Neva could easily just drop a couple of demons off at any given time. He's the great threat that literally, we're talking about the best possible guy. Goma's garbage, doing cool like they're gonna stay weaker than Vegeta. He's the only, and he's beside the guy with the eye. I mean, maybe my tinfoil hat's on, but it looks pretty clear to me.
No.
Maybe I got.
Well, even in the Android sagas, the first two were supposed to be the big bads, 19 and 17, or 19 and 20, and then 17 and 18 showed up. You're like, oh no, those are the big bads. And then at the end of it all, it was Cell, who wasn't even in the picture from the beginning. So there's still a lot more to see yet.
I mean, the only other option to me would be the brother of Shin. And the only reason I say that is he's got the ambition, he's got the motive. He's the one who thought of every plan that's happened so far. I mean, it would either be between the brother, I forgot his name, or Neva to me. It makes the most sense.
Jace too.
I'm not ruling out Neva. I'm not ruling him out. I can see it. I'm still not ruling out Goma yet either, though. All right.
Did you guys play the Xenoverse games?
I have.
A little bit, not too much.
If you remember the big bad from the first one, it was one of the Demon King. What was his name? Demon King. Start with a D. But he had like the spiky red hair.
Oh, from Xenoverse.
Yeah. He even
Demigirl.
had another form he could change to as well. There was nothing to indicate that he had a third eye, but that's, I mean, demon people, right, from the demon world, there's nothing to state that they don't have transformations of their own, because he definitely did.
Demigirl.
Right. Yeah, his name is Demigirl.
Demigirl, yep. Not that any of that's canon, but I'd imagine that if that's the kind of world that's being built, then it would have some credence somewhere.
Yeah. I think Ninja's on the right track with Neva. I think Neva's gonna be an insane threat. He might even be the big, like, master of puppets kind of thing, the big bad. But I also think that y'all are sleeping on the demon realm version of Saika Ayase.
Who?
Saika, whatever. The grandma on Dandadan. Psycho.
Oh.
It's Santa.
Sika. It's what?
It's Santa. Her name's Santa.
It's Seiko.
I saw Santa earlier, but I will confirm it for myself and let.
That's why my screen right now, because I'm looking at it. I googled it to make sure I got her name right.
All right.
Well, I mean, with Neva, that's hard to tell because Piccolo called him out for his BS right away. And then even like after
which tells
that
me
too,
he's
like,
not chaotic neutral. He's not senile like he's portraying himself to be.
right. He seems like he's just being playful for the heck of it.
Dude, he walked right up to them.
And I'm also frustrated that Piccolo doesn't know Namekian still.
The language, yeah.
Yeah, because like
frustrated me as
immediately,
well.
like it was instinctual because he used it against when Kami had taken over the guy in the whatever Budokai tournament they were in. Like they were both speaking Namekian to each other, so he instinctually knew that. And I can't maybe it's been like I don't know,
but
15,
Piccolo is said to have
20
all the
years or so
memories.
since then, but like.
Yeah, he can
I
easily.
don't know.
he
I
does
feel like
say-
if I went through all the work of learning a whole new language or just knowing one, that's not something you would forget so easily.
I think, I think the problem here is that like he's been around the humans or the Earthlings for so long that he's just kind of like it's fallen out, and also he probably doesn't use it. At the end of the day, the Namekians on New Namek are also using English, as far as we know. So everyone's not using the Namekian language, and Kami's inside of him, and there's probably a good chance he just forgot it. And Cold Sauce, we're both right. It's an alias, what I'm thinking of.
Nah, they're speaking
Okay.
Japanese, bro.
And also for another plot hole too, and I'll be done because I know I keep kind of interrupting. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta against Beerus? What? Slapping Bulma? Why? What? Why not Super Saiyan 3 then?
It wasn't thought of yet.
Yeah.
It's afterthought. Yeah, definitely a plot hole.
Mm.
Alright, final closing thoughts on episode 12, and then we can move on to your guys' topics. Let's
Okay, I'll
see.
go.
Yeah, go for it, Hunter.
I'm good.
My closing thoughts is that it was literally the best episode of Daima, and Vegeta's now the main character. What's wrong, Squall?
I didn't say nothing.
I'm excited for more.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
I
more.
want to see. I actually do want to see Vegeta have like a few episodes to himself, and I want to see Piccolo have a few episodes to himself, and just like they're the leading party. Because we pretty much had Goku for like how many episodes now? Like
All of them.
10.
Every
Pretty much.
episode
7.
since Dragon Ball.
Yeah. So like now, give it to Goku. You could even go the route of having Goku and not Goku, Vegeta and Piccolo having like a buddy cop situation going on. Maybe something like that. But like, I would rather see them more for a while and see more of Goku, because we have a good deal of episodes already with Goku being active.
My closing thoughts. I enjoyed what's called episode 12. You know, it's finally nice to see Vegeta get a nice dub on someone pretty powerful. I think his last big dub was like against Topo, and before that, I don't know how long it's been since like Namek Saga or Android 19 if you count that as a big dub. But
Yeah.
he's been long overdue in my opinion. It's nice to see him get something pretty cool in pretty cool fashion too. The Super Saiyan 3 was a nice touch to like nice cherry on top to his little dub. Made him look pretty badass, so it was dope. And I'm on the same lines as Brockstrap. I'm kind of disappointed there's a hiatus, but hey, fuck it. Just more for us to view in the future. So I can't wait.
We got anything from the chat before we move on?
Let's see. There's a guy named Cell. He was I think he's like making fun of the Tamagami names. He put Tagamamamamamamamam. Then he's and then he was talking about he was responding to what we were talking about Neva. He is the oldest Namekian. And then we got a new follow on Beam from Sniping Hammer.
What?
Yeah,
I've been
Beam.
hammered.
Beam is what I use for like multi-streaming, but apparently I've got 11 follows on there. I'm kind of shocked at that. So thanks, Sniping Hammer, for following. Appreciate that a lot. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Okay. Your guys' topic. Segment 3 starts now.
For a little while.
All right,
I'd
we
like to
are
start- well,
back.
we could.
What was that, 7 Ninja?
I'd like to start first. I think mine will be short.
All right, go for it.
All right, so out of all the Z Fighters, who would you like to see have a spin-off show strictly about them?
Let me write this down for the chat.
Does it strictly have to pertain to only the Z fighters?
I mean, if you know a character you'd like to see, we can go with that one too. So Z Fighter or non-Z Fighter, who would you like to see a show strictly about them?
Let's see.
Hercule.
Hey, I have my answer.
I'm gonna go with Goku. No,
Shut the fuck up.
I was playing.
Gaku.
Vegeta. Vegeta.
Yeah, it's not even a stretch. You're just changing things at this point. No, my answer. I've said this on another podcast, but I want Tien Shinhan to have his own other show.
I did see. I was like debating with someone online under one of my videos before. Like they said that Tien is like the most hated guy on Dragon Ball because like they based him off of like a Chinese like character, and I believe like Japan and China don't really like each other that much. So that's why Tien once introduced was basically thrown to the side. against Piccolo and killed off in this next saga after that, the Saiyan saga, and he's literally only given one dope moment against Cell, and that's it. Which I thought, like, I like when I'm thinking about it, like, holy shit, like that is his only good moment, like since he was introduced.
Right, because even in his moment in the Tournament of Power was such a waste of, like, you know, he multiplied himself into 4, grabbed a dude and suicide dived off the edge, and then with his other 3 clones he just also jumped. Like, you could have just let go and returned to your body. Like, it was just so stupid and pointless. It was as if the writer was telling us, I hate Tien Shinhan. But to add to my point, we know Tien Shinhan has a dojo where he teaches people how to fight. And I think it would be, you know, we could get some good moments out of that, but I think the biggest focus on a spin-off show for Tien would be being able to learn how Ki works, having Tien explain the ins and outs of Ki, which is something no one's ever really done for us in the show. We just kind of have to take whatever they say, which is always really vague.
Yeah.
Seven Ninja Brockstrat, what do you guys think about a spin-off show for Tien?
I feel like it would remind me a lot of these I think it's called Mumin manga, and basically they're focused strictly on like martial arts, building power, eating certain things that'll give you, like, it's kind of like how like Wukong eats like certain pills or whatever, and he gets like immortality. These pills give you immortality, but they also gives you power. So in a formal way, I feel like it would kind of go that route, not in the sense of pills, but just learning ki power, stuff like that. But maybe not as cruel, if I'm gonna go with that word. Because Mumin, they are diabolical. If you're weak, they are diabolical to you, and I don't see Tien going that route. But it'd be kind of cool martial arts show. I could see it.
Brock?
Yeah, especially, like, you know, having tournaments in the dojo and stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be a way to introduce a lot of new characters.
I think it would be cool to have a spin-off series with Tien. Like, they should really go into like his backstory of like how him and, because I think they came up with a reason why Launch is no longer in the picture. Like him and her and Tien kind of split up because they wanted different things. I think that was explained in Kakarot, DBZ Kakarot, the game. I would like to see that actually animated. Why did they split up? Like in some kind of hard struggles fighting he had. That'd be kind of a cool little spin-off.
Yeah, I think actually, as far as action goes in a Tien spin-off, I think we would be seeing his students fight students from other schools, you know? And I mean, that could actually open the door for what I was saying a couple podcasts ago about when I brought up, should Krillin start teaching the Turtle Hermit style? You know, we could see Turtle Hermit versus, I don't think Tien would be doing Crane School. I think he has his own thing now. But and we could see other schools. I'd love to see a Drunken Fist in DBZ.
I mean, you can watch Cobra Kai on Netflix. It's got like 7 seasons out now.
Maybe we'll see Yujiro Hama.
I would watch Cobra Kai, but I actually like girls, so I'm not gay enough to watch that show.
I mean, I'm married. Obviously, my child is here earlier.
Hey, some men actually come out gay after a wife and kids.
Yeah,
found me out
after 10 years of marriage.
Ew,
you had a whole nother husband in Texas.
We love you, Brock. Either way, we support you.
Yeah, man.
All right, Brock.
Flags flying.
Yeah, I have to live my truth.
who you picking, Brock? Since we're on you. for the spinoff?
I got two, man. It's hard to pick. I would like to see Hercule, actually. I think it would be funny seeing episodes of like him trying to handle Pan whenever she comes around, or just what he does after, or see his point of view after all the fights of basically everybody that is alien to him saving the world, and how he has to balance trying to take credit for it all. But I'd also like to see one with Krillin and his relationship with 18. There's an episode, Team 4-Star, they quit doing the Abridged series, but they're still doing quite a few other animated videos. Some with Hiffle, and some with just random ones. There was one where Vegeta and Nappa try to babysit Baby Trunks, right? And there was another one where Krillin was actually on a date with 18, and I thought that whole there could be a TV series to explore because we don't know anything about Krillin really for the whole. I mean, anybody really outside of Goku training in Otherworld. But that 7-year gap between Cell and when the Buu Saga started, that whole 7-year gap was where Krillin and 18 would start their relationship and build it into a marriage with a child. So that'd be kind of neat.
So Hunter, 7 Ninja, what do you guys think about Hercule and Krillin as an option?
Seeing Hercule deal with Boo would be kind of cool. I mean, the shenanigans he probably gets into on a regular, but then also it would split into a Boo show because we saw Boo go off on his own and he healed that blind kid's eyes. So I kind of like to see what Boo does on the show as well. So that's pretty cool. But seeing Krillin with 18, I think the Krillin show would be like he'd be a cop. Like we saw him in Super. He'll be a cop for a while, and then he'll come home, and he's like, honey, I'm home. And then 18's going to be looking at him like, here's the food, whatever. And then they'll like spar or whatever for a little while. A new perspective on Squall? What's this about?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Better
So, that's
zoom
what I'm
back out
foreseeing there.
before people see how weak that beard is.
Yeah, it's about as weak as Vegeta, huh?
I'm sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you over the loud sound of Vegeta beating a stronger enemy than Goku faced.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you over the sound of my amazing beard.
But you better get your ears checked because you ain't supposed to be hearing a beard in the first place.
Hold on, I think my headset is broken.
Yeah.
It's
It's got that
good.
selective hearing mode on.
It's good. Maybe I need some cat ears like you do.
Yeah, then you'd be able to hear how much bullshit is flying out of your mouth right now.
Yeah, can you hear your own bullshit go out of your own mouth?
No, because my ears are clogged from all of yours.
Alright, so your ears suck then.
Yeah, no, I like the Krillin idea. I do think Hercule having a show would be pure comedy. I don't think you would be able to have action in that show at all. Especially when you consider that he's best friends with Majin Buu. But I do think that the comedy of that show would be peak because of all the bullshit that we see like with this guy. Like imagine Hercule like talking to agents and going on like news conferences and shit and answering questions on the fly, like it just, to me that just seems like comedy gold.
I definitely think it would be more Dragon Ball-esque, like old classic Dragon Ball with some more comedy in it for sure. 7
I think you would actually see the. Well, I did talk about it, but I actually do think we would see with Hercule because he's over the tournament, right? Or he's at least looking over it. I actually foresee seeing a lot more. I actually foresee seeing more tournament fights, so we'll get to see more maybe possible future characters, or even watching Oob and Goten and Trunks fight a lot more ahead of time would be kind of cool to see. But the show that I want to see, because I think this is the only way we'll be able to see other universes, I'd like to follow either Jocko or Hit, so that we could possibly see other universes. Hit especially is going to go. He's an assassin. He'll probably see. And also, I'd like to know what Hit does in his off time. He can't just always be an assassin. I'd love to see what he does in his off time. As well as dealing with the different gods and assassinating these crime bosses or whatever he does.
Good point.
The moment you said other universes, I thought for sure you was gonna say Kaba.
Nah.
I don't want to see Kaba either.
I don't
He
know.
reminds me of Gohan too much.
Yeah.
Who I want to see? I would like to see Yamcha get some more time to shine.
Oh my god.
Like, he's got this bad stigma of him as being beat by a plant. I don't think anything's gonna ever get him out of that stigma, but I'd like at least something to help him out, to give him some sort of legacy.
Agreed.
It could be a 12 episode, one baseball season.
Mhm.
Getting girls, saving girls from some bad guys here or there. That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, he still simps over Bulma, though.
He did cheat
That
on
was
her
his first
too.
love, though. That was his first love, though.
Oh,
He's gonna
yeah,
care
yeah.
about her.
Shit.
It's I don't know. I mean, something's there because in I don't remember if it was like the beginning of Daima or what, but Bulma goes up to Vegeta and she's like, "Hey, like, you gonna come to this party?" And he's like, "Why? So you can hang out with Yamcha?"
Wait, who said that to Bulma?
Vegeta.
Oh, damn.
I don't remember that.
I swear to God, I thought it was like animation, like a fan thing to like make fun of Vegeta when I first saw it on Instagram. But then I want to say it was on Daima. But actually, no, I take it back. I know for a fact it was in Super because I was on that Crunchyroll account that Squall got me. And I was like, you know what? I never actually watched the beginning of Super. I started Super on the Tournament of Power. And so I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and watch some of this stuff. And it was Bulma's 50th birthday. It was right before Beerus met Goku.
I thought she was 38 or something like that in that birthday party.
Yeah, 38. I don't know why I said 50.
She's like Saiyan's friend.
No, 48.
She ages
right?
up, but we don't know.
My 48th birthday party, or is it 38?
I think it's 38.
You're
Maybe,
on my
maybe.
38th birthday
38.
party. Oh, so that's how old she is.
Yeah, I remember that. They were like, "Oh, that's how old she is."
Right.
What's up, puppy? All right, Hunter. Wait. 7 inches. You said Hit, right? You gave your answer.
Hit or Jocko.
Yeah, Hit would be a cool option. I would like to see a Hit spin-off. That'd be kind of cool. All right, now we can move on to Hunter's topic. What you got, Hunter?
My topic is, I'll go read what I typed. If it loads ever. Here we go. What do we think will the final fight in Daima? Who will be in it and how might it play out?
I can start it up if you want. Or
Yeah,
you
go
want
ahead.
Brock to start. Okay. Well, everything's set in motion. Neva is in the vehicle with everyone else. The third eye, this supposedly super powerful thing, is right on this fat guy's stomach. It would not be too hard to believe this guy's got magic ability. Let me just do a little sleight of hand, and he takes the eye, wraps it around him, and it's invisible. And now that guy thinks he's got this eye on him, but he doesn't. It doesn't exist on him. So I could totally see Neva getting the eye. Everyone's saying, well, he's chaotic neutral. The thing is, Neva probably realizes Goma is not, you know, up to snuff. He acts like he is, but at the end of the day, we realized from Glorio's depiction of like how much power or what is possible that he's not really that great. So I think Neva knows that. Neva's seen everything. Neva's went to see how strong the Z fighters are, and he's like, I gotta do something. So here he is. Neva gets the eye, and now he's gonna predict the future, and he's gonna find out how to buff himself, or at least his ultimate goal of getting more time on the planet might be all he's after. Sure, that could be all it is, but he has to get the eye to do it. So instead of it being necessarily a big final boss, it could be a race against time.
You know what? I'm not opposed to this plan that it's Neva, because Deborah was the strongest in the demon world, and he created Tamagamis, which are stronger than Deborah. So, in theory, he's actually the strongest in the demon world right now. So, what's to say that he can't control the Tamagamis all in one? You know, and team up with them to fight whoever, or combine them into one super strong Tamagami to control a fight, or absorb them in some way, shape, or form. You know, like I could, like the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like thinking Neva is more the main villain. You know.
Well, if that were the case, what would stop him from taking over Deborah?
Probably, maybe. I mean, we're talking about like a future Neva versus
Deborah might have
past
not
one.
been a bad king.
Yeah, that too. And maybe Deborah is a lot more. Maybe Deborah is a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? Like he could see through Neva's plot. Like Neva just wants to live longer. Maybe he sees that, or maybe even Neva was like, I don't really need to make that wish yet.
Well, it seems like Goma hasn't taken over for too terribly long. Pardon me. It didn't seem like there was like a big gap of time either from Deborah eating it to Goma trying to usurp the power. So, anyway.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm starting to see more of Seven Ninja's side of things, to be honest. Like maybe Neva sees Goma as not a cool king to be fitting of the king position in Daima. So now is his chance to finally take action and become the main guy of the demon world, you know, now that Deborah is down for the count.
What's the main difference right now between how the demon world was working under Deborah and what has changed? We haven't seen much change, I'd imagine, from one king to the next. So if things were running running the way before as they are now, then what would be the difference between the leadership from Deborah to the new one?
You got a point. Go ahead, Seven Ninja.
While I don't know if they've outright stated it, it seems to me the what are they called? Shin's brothers, troop guys. They're taking I think a life force or money from them, and I think in that way the soldiers were not like this before. At the end of the day, we learned that Deborah was actually a pretty cool guy, and so that makes me believe that Deborah was not like how Goma is. He's not greedy. He's not lusting for power. I guess that's still greedy, but he's not lusting for power or trying to take stuff from people. He's just the lord of the land, or the king of the land.
When did we learn that Deborah's not a bad guy? Was it when was it that filler episode or something, when he was up with Chi-Chi and Bulma in the garden? And if that were the case, like, would you send the king of the demon realm to hell necessarily, or would that have been a hell in itself? That he got sent to a kind of like Frieza, right? He got sent to a happy teary place.
Yeah, that's kind of confusing.
Feel like...
me. I think there's two separate demon worlds. Like there's the demon world and then there's hell, which like you get sent to after death. Go ahead, 7
To
Ninja.
be
but
fair,
then it was
though-
also... Go ahead, sorry.
To be fair, though, like Deborah was mind controlled, and so in some form of way, that's probably going to be written down in Yema's book. I don't see Yema just thinking like, oh, he's being evil, so therefore he goes to hell. I could totally see him getting becoming like how Goku was, unless he was straight up diabolical, but we don't know that. So as far as we are aware, mind control possibly written down in Yema's book, and he either exists like Goku did in the spirit realm, or he's what's the word I'm looking for? Come on.
Redeemed?
He's a yokai.
No, not redeemed, not it starts with an R, but I'm trying to. It's not reset. It's not
Reincarnated?
Reincarnated. There we go. He's done one of the two.
Glorio?
Nah, I don't think he's Glorio. Of course, we don't know what happened to Abora, that one before it either. We don't have a clue what happened to that guy.
You think
Or a
Deborah
lot
got
of the demons.
reincarnated?
He's either like Goku was when he's in the spirit realm, or he's reincarnated. Because as far as we know, he was mind controlled. So there's not enough reason to believe that he's an evil guy outright.
What if Deborah is the final bad guy?
I doubt it.
Brought him back.
That'd be
I
awesome.
doubt it, man.
I would love that, actually. It could just be like Saul, right? Where he wasn't around for the first part of it.
He dies.
Unless Glorio's trying to revive him.
Oh yeah. What are their plans? Like they're obviously like forgot her name already. The hair
Rinsu?
sticking up chick.
Well,
Yeah,
it seems like
Rinsu.
he's the double agent for her.
So like what's her plan in this? Like getting Majin Boos and Kus and getting the Dragon Balls. Like I don't know what her plan is.
I think she just wants to take over because she probably knows Goma's the bad king. I mean, I can totally see that.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm.
And so,
I don't, go ahead.
I mean, is she gonna be better in some way? Maybe. I mean, she's probably just after experiments anyway. But is she gonna be better than Goma? I don't know. But she hasn't necessarily harmed anyone besides the Tamagamis, so maybe, Glorio seems to trust her. There must be a reason behind it. Maybe they're both working together to revive Deborah. I could kind of see that idea happening. And also Glorio comes off to me as the kind of person who's been very hurt in the past. He's got some kind of PTSD. Maybe he I mean, we've all probably seen stories where there's this one knight that served as a king, and this knight believed in him so much he's willing to do anything and everything to try to help them in some shape or form. So Glorio being that kind of knight in a way makes a lot of sense. I can see it.
Yeah. Well, when we see Goma, we see
Do we know
Supreme
is
Kai's
Dick loyal
brother.
to Deborah?
I
We're
have
kind
no
of
idea what
debating
either
who.
said.
We're kind of debating who's going to be the final guy. I said, what if Deborah is the final bad guy, and like maybe someone's trying to revive him? Because like we don't know what Arinsu's like final like we don't know what her plan is. She's just going around creating Majin Boos and getting Dragon Balls. She's obviously not with Goma since she didn't give, like she never told Goma anything. Goma had to find out. She's obviously going behind his back. We see Supreme Kai's brother with Goma. We don't know what the fuck Neva is doing. So it's possible like that he can come back. I think that would be kind of cool, and he'd be the final bad guy.
I think it's a
I want
good
to see
idea.
Degesu not just be a henchman, right? Like he's hanging there with King Goma or whatever, but I want to see him not be a henchman.
Oh, Supreme Kai's brother.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've
he's the man
seen.
of the ambition. He's literally out of everything. Political tells.
I have seen, like, I've gotten vibes from that guy, the one that's directly under Goma, that he's kind of like not wanting to be there. Like he's being forced to carry out these orders that he doesn't agree with is kind of the vibe I'm getting. And that was a big thunder. There's a storm going. We're under a tornado watch right now. But anyway, there's like a part of me that kind of feels like, are we gonna see Shin kind of rally his family around him and around Goku? Like, is that dude gonna leave Goma and the chick with the Majins? Is she gonna join up with? Because she's their sister, right?
No, I don't think she is.
Fuck you. And fuck you, Squall.
She's a girl.
I don't think she's the sister though.
Who? Erinsu?
Yeah, is she?
Yeah, no. Erinsu, Degesu, and Tahara or Nahara. They're all family members.
Oh, they are.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what Shin or Nahara says about them. I mean, it's not like kind of brothers and sisters the way most Namekians might consider themselves brothers, right? Maybe not necessarily like living with them, but he refers to them as brother and sister.
Crow says the final boss is Evil Dende.
He's an infant right now.
I did like Kalfani's spin-off idea about Broly. Mine would be what Broly, Chilai, and Lemon were up to, but his would be pretty interesting as well.
Let's see.
Anyway, back to Diamond.
I can't really think who else would be a final boss, because Deborah would be a very cool option. I wouldn't expect it, but I'm kind of leaning more toward Neva, because we don't know what he can do. Goma just seems incompetent, but I'm not ruling him out because he might get like some crazy power spike out of nowhere with that third eye. Let's see who else. We don't have really many other options. Brockstar, did you give who might be your choice for the final boss?
So I'm kind of hoping for Goma, because like again, you got alluded to that you shouldn't underestimate him, and if he is wanting to obtain that item, right, that could be the power up he needs. We don't know to what extent it would, how it would make him stronger. But to me, it almost seems like he's just a Pilaf character, like Pilaf and Shu and Mai or whatever, like that. That's what I'm seeing him be kind of like looked at the moment. So I hope he's more than that. I can't think. Piccolo already called Naval out for his crap, so like I feel like he's contained in some sense. Maybe not entirely the whole, but third eye the same as Tien. No, it's I think it's an artifact, not necessarily like a literal third eye. It could be. But anyway, no, I think it's I don't know. I'm holding out hope that it's Goma. Goma has been introduced as the big bad, right? The new king, and I'm sure there's going to be a few wrenches thrown in, but
yeah, because
yeah,
the only thing holding me back from disqualifying Goma is Glory Hole saying, "Oh, don't underestimate Goma." It's like, I know we said like, right, but he thought he can handle Goku. So we were disqualifying his statements, but Supreme Kai thought Pui Pui was strong, he thought Yakon was strong, he thought Deborah was strong, and he was wrong on all of them, but he was right about Majin Buu, so he was right about at least one thing. And like, if
terribly incorrect about the other three.
He was at least
Yakon. Anybody else other than Goku and Vegeta,
yeah,
they might have been pretty strong.
Yeah, but Glory Hole like underestimates Goku and Vegeta until he fought Goku and lost in Super Saiyan, like, against a regular Super Saiyan Goku, you know. So I won't discredit the fact that he says don't underestimate Goma, you know. What's up, football man?
he's gonna get the eye, and it's not gonna work for him. He's gonna get rejected somehow. It would be hilarious. It's like his shining moment. He's got it raised in the air, and all the light rays are coming off of it, and he puts it around his stomach. He hooks it up. He's like, "Now I have the power." And then he just looks down. And he's like, "What happened?" I can see it now. It's a comedy enemy too. I could easily see it happening. And so then he has to think of a plan right then and there. And Vegeta just smacks him. No, Piccolo hits him with a special beam cannon.
I want to say, before I give my answer on what I think the final fight is going to be, I'm glad Brockstrap brought up that Piccolo called Never out on his shit. Because we've always known Piccolo to be very smart. And he is, I mean, we chose Gohan to be the team leader in the Tournament of Power, but Piccolo's the strategist. Piccolo is our strategist guy. And I am actually thinking that Piccolo does remember how to speak Namekian. And he called Never out on his shit and just said he didn't know how to speak Namekian because that would guarantee us needing Never by our side. And in Piccolo's head, I'd rather keep my eye on this guy than not know where he is. That's what I'm leaning toward.
I also think it's a little bit of foreshadowing as well. Like if he's like gonna be a fake loopy crazy guy, maybe he might be a fake good guy as well, you know?
Right. So, but my official answer is that there's going to be, the big final fight is going to be 3 separate factions. We're going to have Goma achieving the third eye and getting a major power up. It's going to put him on the same scale as the other 2 factions, which will be us, obviously. And then also Neva teaming up with the Tamagami, who probably, whether it's all 3 of them separate or like Squall said earlier, maybe he can fuse all 3 of them into one badass being. So it'll be them 2 against, on our side, we got Vegeta, Goku, and Piccolo fighting together. And then we'll see Goma fighting by himself. Actually, 4 factions if that's the case, because we still got Majin Buu and Majin Ku, who, are we gonna see them fuse? Are they, So yeah, I think it's actually gonna be 4 separate factions, and I think that Shin and his family tree is gonna be a lot more involved outside of fighting in the as far as a deciding factor in how it's gonna go. Because Goma's underling doesn't seem like he wants to, he doesn't even seem like he wants Goma's plan to work, is my big thing. I see that guy betraying Goma.
Thought you're gonna hate this, but I could totally see Ku convincing Du to work with the Z Fighters. His self-preservation is just too strong.
I do hate it, but I see it. I see it. They did the same thing in that superhero movie with the little superhero like android type dudes, Gammas, I think they were called.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see some freaking Tamagamis fuse like a Megazord. Power Rangers, that shit.
I don't like the big final monsters like Anilasa or whatever his name is in Super. But yeah.
He wasn't. It didn't even look like a robot, man. That was so weird. Because it was all the robots fusing with the one guy, right?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Calfani says Majin's confused with the Tomas, so that'd be pretty interesting. That's pretty much it for the.
Bro, what it would be cool though, the final fight, Goku and Vegeta are fighting whatever Neva's got set up. Maybe he's got like the Tamagami's at a way boosted state. We already know he can boost them up. And in the final fight, the last fight is Piccolo standing before Neva, and they're fighting it out. I would love to see that. Because Neva necessarily doesn't have to outright get stronger. He just has to be as strong as Piccolo. And so that could be what we need. Him getting his 1,000 years, or even maybe possible eternal youth and eternal life. Maybe that's what he's going for. Could all be all it takes. And maybe he's super powerful. He's just really old right now. Give him a few more thousands of years, and
like a Lord
he's back
Slug
to
situation.
Yeah, 100%. And so now we're seeing Piccolo, him being the one to finally fight Neva. I could totally see it happening. It would almost be like him fighting his father in a way, with him being the Demon King situation. Maybe it would be kind of like Piccolo coming to terms of being a fully on a Earthling Namekian. He's already there, but that idea of him fighting someone similar to his father would be kind of cool.
Great.
Alright, final thoughts. Calfine says he could have the ball whenever he wants. Eva can have the Dragon Balls whenever he wants.
He
If
did
it's
it with
all
his
it,
Dragon Balls.
You already did it.
But he can't do it. He can't do it with Dende's yet because of some recharge problem.
It seemed like he needed, some kind of recharge.
He could probably get the Demon Realms. He could probably just make him stand down. But there's obviously a reason he hasn't done it.
Well, final thoughts on who could be the final boss. Who y'all picking? Your one final answer.
Never.
Hunter?
Like I said, I think it's gonna be like a team battle royale kind of situation. I think it's gonna be 4 separate factions all in one big fight. I think Piccolo's gonna be fighting Neva, while Goku and Vegeta are fighting whether it be the Tamagami or Goma with the third eye. Majin Buu and Majin Ku are gonna be in that fight as like a wild card. That chick wants to be she wants to rule the whole demon world. She wants to be the Demon King. She wants to take that spot from Goma. So she's not gonna be sitting there like, I'm gonna team up with the fucking Z fighters. You know, she that doesn't do anything for her. So she's got her own thing that she wants to do. Goma wants to remain the king. We know Neva has something weird going on. And we're just here trying to get our bodies back and get Dende back. So none of these sides have any real reasons to team up, because it's not a 3-sided thing. It's not like, hey, let's team up right now and fight each other. It's a 4-sided thing. So it's too much wild cards.
Yeah, I agree. Brock, who you picking?
And I kind of like that idea, because, like, you know, in the Tournament of Power, we had all the. It could be like a really, really scaled down Tournament of Power kind of situation, to where, you know, they had 8 universes fighting. So
10.
Yeah.
Was it 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 8.
There's
Yeah,
15 universes total, and there was only 10 in the
Right.
thing. But yeah, also it gives everybody a chance to have some screen time on a big fight.
Right, yeah. So I could see that. It could be kind of like, this Dragon Ball seems to kind of follow its inspiration from other Dragon Ball. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say, oh yeah, okay, well, Tournament of Power was pretty popular and it worked for us, so maybe we can just do a scaled-down version between 4 different factions instead of 10.
I am picking. The more we talk about it, the more I'm thinking never. But Mochi, thanks for the compliment on the thumbnail. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Well, it's the end of the hour, so it's time to wrap it up. Plug your socials. What your favorite part of the podcast? Brock, you got the topic for the next Dragon Ball Z debates. And the outro question. Oh yeah, any announcements if you guys got any? And the outro question will be, who you picking as a master in the DBZ universe? Brockstrap, we can start with you.
I'd go with Master Roshi, probably. Just check out my channel, I guess, on YouTube and Rumble. Those are really the only two places I go to. I'm starting to figure out a little bit more with live streaming, so wouldn't be surprised to catch me on Twitch either. I multi-stream to that. But yeah, just doing Soul Link with SquallRush here on Thursdays, so make sure to come check those out. And I release the video format usually of those, even though it's a live stream. But yeah, Rockstrap55, pretty much anywhere you can find me. That's my usernames. So.
All right, Hunter.
Once again, I am the manliest and most handsome guy on this podcast. My name is Hunter. Y'all can find me on TikTok at Hunter on Tick. And I want to give a shout out to 3 of my favorite content creators. SquallRush, you can find him on Rumble and other things. And then Brockstrap, this guy plays Pokemon on Rumble and YouTube. And then 7Ninja7, he covers some pretty cool shows. He does a really good job of covering Dan to Dan and other shows. Y'all don't forget to check out SquallRush's Death Note video when it comes out. What do we mean by master in regards to the outro question?
Who would you let train you? Who would you want to train you?
Oh, definitely Whis. I'm getting the most out of that. I'm going straight to the top. I'm going with Whis.
All right, 7Ninja.
It's 7Ninja7. You can find me on MeWe, Game Jolt, and Rumble. It should lead you right back to my Rumble channel at 7Ninja7. Again, guys, remember to come to Nerding Out. It's going to be at 7 p.m. on next Sunday. We're going to be talking about Shangri-La Frontier, talking about that anime episode. Potentially, it's going to be 1 through 5 episodes, or it's going to be way past that, depending on what my co-host and host are have watched. We're going to be having a guest called Stuff Central. You may have seen him last Sunday on Last Nerding Out. We were talking about Dan to Dan. So he's probably going to be there. And maybe one extra person. We don't know yet. Regardless, any personal stuff, though, again, probably will be dropping my actual review of Shangri-La Frontier all the way up to episode 38. So the story so far. And that'll be for me. What did I enjoy about this podcast episode? It has to be when I talked about why Goku's a bad dad, and who would I want to trade me? It's got to be, I mean, at the end of the day, as much as I want to say Piccolo, Whis already knows the fundamentals. So Whis can tell me the fundamentals and teach me how to go past it, way past what Piccolo can do. I know Piccolo can refine it and do as well as he can, but at the end of the day, Piccolo has a limited amount of knowledge versus Whis knows a lot. Way more. And he's way older. So I gotta go with Whis.
Alright. So first and foremost, I want to give the shout out to Mochi and Chili's kid. It was his birthday today. And get this, guys, they actually named him Goku. Shout out, yo, that's fucking sick. I can't believe y'all named him Goku. That's awesome. So other than that, let's see. You guys can catch me on a bunch of platforms. I got a link tree on a lot of my descriptions or bios, so you can check me out on those. If you want to follow my other platforms, support your boy. And I got some backup accounts just in case those get taken down. Announcements. I got a couple videos coming out this week. The Reverse Nuzlocke continues with DT Dub. And I got a Death Note video coming out this week. It is L actually a good guy or is he bad? So that's coming out. My favorite part of the podcast has to be... I kind of enjoyed the Dragon Ball Diamond discussion. Going over Super Saiyan 3 was pretty dope for Vegeta. That was pretty awesome. And the predictions. And I would probably pick Goku as my trainer. Yeah.
Hey!
Other than that, that was it for the Great Nimbus Debates podcast. Thank all of y'all for tuning in. It's been real. It was a good one. Thank the panel for being here. It's been lit. And we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Who we raiding, bro? Who we raiding?
Oh yeah, a raid. Shit, almost forgot the raid. If you guys got someone to raid, let me know. If not, I'm gonna choose someone.
Even know if Loops is still going or not.
Up stones or
Who?
Nope.
Control.
Stuff
I'm
Central's on?
excited.
I
Yeah,
didn't see Central on. Is he on?
he's playing One Piece.
Oh yeah, he is. Yep.
I'm
Alright,
excited.
we'll
about the
raid.
Stranger.
He's playing One Piece. What? Alright, looks like we're raiding
that
Stuff
the raid?
Central. Raid. Alright,
the
check
Rocket
out
League
Stuff Central playing some One Piece, guys. Sending the raid now. Alright, now, peace.